Why does sports bring people together like nothing else?
Because we all rooting for one common goal. That's like one of the only times in life where if you black, you white, you purple, brown, pink, peach.
We throw religion, we throw orientation, we throw all that out the window.
Rooting for one common goal, a Super Bowl. That bring everybody together.
Right.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharpe. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. Stopping by for conversation on the drink today is a larger-than-life personality. He's made a name for himself as a rapper and now a media personality. One of hip-hop's most captivating talents, a respected artist, MC, songwriter, host, actor, social media influencer, philanthropist. He's a shrewd businessman, a cultural icon, an unmatched force in his community, a prominent figure in the world of hip-hop, sports, and entertainment. He puts on for his city with passion, a pioneer in the Philadelphia rap culture, a Philly legend, a diehard Eagles fan, a loving father and a husband. From the city of brotherly love, he goes by the name sometimes of Damian Gillard, Shea Gilgeous Alexander, Manu Ginobili, Shea Gil O'Neal, Michael Gill Jordan. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Philly's own Gillie Da Kid.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. God damn, whoever wrote that, whoever put that shit together right there, that's a BMF bad motherfucker, man. Yeah.
Gillie.
Yes.
Well, thanks for joining us, man.
Man, I appreciate you for having me.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, he been on one from the time he stepped in. Let's toast this. Hey, bro, from what you've been able to accomplish with $1 million worth of game with your boy, with your cousin Wallo, man, thank you. Giving us hope, giving us inspiration, because I saw you guys do it. I said, hey, I can do it too.
And you're doing it. Shit, you did it. Done it, still doing it.
We're going to leave you about that because you don't want to turn up. You're going to want to turn up. Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, that's smooth. It wasn't none of that.
No. Gillie, I'm going to give you fair warning. We are recording this before the game.
Yes.
It's Saturday, the game is Sunday. This is going to air Wednesday. So, boy, I sure hope y'all do that thing, because if you don't, they're going to tear you up in the comments.
Yeah, but you know, you saying if, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if my sister had a penis, she would have been my brother. Fortunately, she was my sister. So.
All right, so check this out. The Eagles are undefeated when you run out of the tunnel with the team.
Yes, they are.
Are you running out on Sunday?
I haven't gotten that call yet.
You ain't got that call yet?
No, I ain't get that call yet.
When you first ran out the tunnel and you're bringing the team out and 70,000 fans and you feel that rush, how did it come about? How did that happen? And what is that rush like when you run out there with that team, with the team?
Well, you know, like a lot of people just really getting on, but if you, last year when we was in the playoffs, we wasn't playing that good. I got the call from the team to come down to the locker room last year. It's all over the internet where I went down last year and talked to the team before the playoffs.
Okay.
So I have a relationship with the Eagles, with Nick Sirianni, best coach in the league, with Jeffrey Lurie, shout out to Jeffrey, his son, the whole family, the best owner in the league. Shout out to Howie Roseman, the best GM in the league, and Big Dom.
Right.
Big Dom's my guy. So when I was doing what I was doing all year with my Killadelphia Sports live stream, and they just kept winning, and every week they had to see me dance, Big Dom figured who else is better to bring him out the tunnel than Gillie.
What does that mean? You're born, you're raised in Philly. What does that mean for a Philly kid to bring the hometown team out of the tunnel and have all those fans cheering?
I mean, it means everything to me because, you know, since I can remember in my life, I only missed 3 Eagle games.
Really?
Yeah, one of them was a blackout game. We ain't sell enough tickets. And 2 of the games, I was in the Dominican Republic with Ving Rhames filming a movie.
Okay.
So, to me, it's like, you know, we come from a poor city, man. When the Eagles win, the morale in the city is better. When the Eagles lose, the morale is down. You think about all your problems. There's no escape. The Eagles is an escape. You know what I mean? So when I ran out the tunnel with them, and the funniest shit is, I run out the tunnel, and I drop down to the ground. I start doing the Brian Dawkins.
You hit the Wolverine on him?
Yeah, I hit the Wolverine on him. Like, I get up, let's go. I run to the front of the line. They're about to announce the players now. And I'm with, some of the players that run out first. And I turn around, I look at Kenny Gainwell, and the tears come down my face. And I say, I love this shit. And Kenny looked at me like, you knew you not playing.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. You not in there.
You not playing. What the you doing? And then they announced the players. I'm out there. All the players running out. Then we run over to the sideline and the national anthem is playing. And that shit's bawling down my face. To the point they got to the end of the song and I just had to have a conversation with myself. I said, what the are you doing? Get it together. You're not fucking.
You got caught up in the emotion like that?
You about to go to up in a suite. You not tackling no body. You not getting no receptions. Chill out. And I just had to wipe my face and be like, in my mind, I'm just talking to myself. I'm like, you're tripping.
All season long, for the game, you play cameos, Candy before the game.
Yes.
After the game, blow the whistle, Too Short.
Yeah.
How did you? I mean, were you a cameo fan or Too Short fan? How do you come up with the songs that you started with? Candy by Cameo, blow the whistle, Too Short at the end.
Well, blow the whistle has always been one of my favorites.
That's your anthem.
Yes, that's just a song. That's a great vibe. And I picked Just Like Candy because I was letting the other teams know y'all sweet. You know what I mean? So whoever we playing that week, the Giants, just like candy. I'll see it in your wild. Y'all sweet. We gonna whoop y'all ass this week.
Okay.
And that's how that started off. So, tomorrow would be first thing in the morning, Kansas City Chiefs. Just like candy. Yeah, we got something for y'all.
But you dancing electric slide, the cha-cha. So, I mean, what's going on when you doing this and you getting in because it seems like that's your routine, like players, athletes, we have a routine that we go through, right. And we feel that if we go through this routine, everything's gonna be okay.
Right.
Do you feel like if you don't do that routine, everything to the T, something might go wrong with you?
You're right. Yeah, hell yeah. Even my broom guy that flew out, bring that broom. Don't bring no other brooms.
So you just couldn't buy a broom down here?
No, I can't. Why would we do that when we undefeated with him walking out with that broom? You better bring that dirty little broom you got from the house. That's coming to the Super Bowl with us.
Well, hit your slide. Let me see your slide. What you got?
Wait. First, let me just tell you something. Right? First is from here, right?
Yeah, you can.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you break it down. And then it's from here. This is an old school dance called the E-Matic in Philly.
Right.
Right, you used to see Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Then you bring it together, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, then you cross, and then it's right to the Conor McGregor. Hey. So
what if you saw, let's say for the sake of argument.
Yes.
A.J. Brown scores a touchdown, and he hits that.
He's an all-time legend. He's going down in the all-time Hall of Fame of legends.
I saw where you say ending racism in Philly when you're a neighbor. Jake Broomman Swain is in your videos. So how long have you known Jake?
Well, we moved into that neighborhood, right? Well, that's our studio house.
Okay.
That's like our office where we work out as a content house. So when we first moved in, Jake used to sit on the porch, older guy, so, it would just be like, keep it moving. And
so he was like the mayor and Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
You remember the mayor?
Yeah. He just sit on.
Okay.
So, I'm pulling up in different cars. I might be in my 1941 one day. I might be in my 74 Chevy. I might be in my 89 Chevy. I might be in a Beamer. I might be in a BMW truck. Wallo's in a Lamborghini. He's in a Porsche. He's in his Maybach. He in his 63 Benz. He in his Denali truck. In the course of a month, he's seen us pull up in like 12 different cars. So one day, and then we get packages delivered every day from different sponsors. So one day I'm sitting there and I said to myself, I said, cuz, if I was a neighbor on this block, I would think we was fucking selling drugs.
Yeah.
So I said, let me go introduce myself to, because when we pull up, we see them, they out there like, fuck's going on? They come here every day in different cars and just chill.
It don't say anything to nobody.
Right. So I want to introduce myself. No, this is who I am. And I said, because I probably figured you guys probably thought we were selling drugs. And Jake said, we definitely thought you guys were selling drugs. So when Jake at 75 said that, oh, you my guy. You're my guy, because you kept it real. You didn't try to sugarcoat it. You let us know the whole block thought you guys were selling drugs. We couldn't believe the cars you were pulling up in. So now he knows who we are. The block is comfortable. I'm gifting the block gifts on holidays, even though I don't celebrate the holidays. And then Jake just so happened to walk over while I was dancing one day.
You say sports. How does and why does sports bring people together like nothing else?
Because we all rooting for one common goal. That's like one of the only times in life where if you black, you white, you purple, brown, pink, peach.
We throw religion, we throw orientation, we throw all that out the window.
We're rooting for one common goal, a Super Bowl. That bring everybody together.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bet. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code MONEYMOVES. That's code MONEYMOVES for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Why is sports so, because I hear, I've never lived in Philly or anything, but I hear everybody says, Philly fans, they're so passionate about the Eagles, about the Phillies, about the 76ers, what makes the Philly fan base so ravenous about their teams?
Just to be all the way honest with you, we just a rude city. We a bunch of, if it was the mob, they're a bunch of jerk-offs. You know what I mean? Idiots, you hear me? And we really take pride in being idiots. Like, we don't give a You come to Philly and you lose, walking out that stadium's gonna be one of the roughest rides you had if you got on another team's jersey.
Wow. Man, y'all already won the game. Let's stall them out, man. Let them go on about their business.
Our mentality is, you thought you were gonna win?
Yeah, that's why they came. Yeah, absolutely, they thought
I know. That's what makes us idiots.
Explain Philly to people that's never been to Philly, but it's you guys booed Santa. Who booed the man bringing presents?
Right.
Who booed Santa?
He didn't bring the right present. He wanted the Super Bowl.
Y'all booed Ben Simmons.
Shit.
How y'all do that to Ben?
Because he didn't bring the right presents. He wasn't present. We keep looking at them stat sheets.
Right.
This motherfucker had 8 rebounds and 7 points.
That's bad?
That's horrible.
How have the Eagles brought the city together this year?
I mean, it's brought the whole city together, the whole area. And I just don't want to say Philly because Delaware, a lot of Delaware is Eagle fans, a lot of South Jersey is Eagle fans. So it's brought the tri-state area together. I mean, we just been kicking ass, man.
Have you thought about what happens if you guys don't win?
No.
Did you go to the last Super Bowl when they played Kansas City?
I was right there. And let me ask you a question. When you ever was playing in the Super Bowl, did you think about not winning?
No.
Did you think about...
But I could impact the game. You can't.
I already impacted.
So if you...
You got to understand, I don't run them out of the locker room during the Super Bowl and we lose.
Oh, they're going to be mad.
They're going to say, it's because Gillie didn't run him out of the locker room. Because the one thing Nick said to me, Nick Sirianni, the greatest coach in the league right now, he said, you're 3-0. He understands.
Oh, there's superstition that's in sports.
My energy is different.
Yeah.
And I'm used to routine. So every time they brought me in that locker room, it's the same thing. The coach come up first. Love you, coach. He walk out, then the players come up, and then I lose my mind. We playing for the name on the front of that jersey and the back of that jersey. And then I call out certain players. Your family watching, what you gonna do? Yo, your girlfriend watching, man. What you gonna do? Your mother's watching. What you gonna do? Good players is made during the regular season. Legends is made in the playoffs. Who the gonna be legendary today? We playing for the name that's on the front of that jersey and the back of that jersey. But who gonna make the name on the back of that jersey somebody today? That's what I need to know. We playing Philadelphia football today. That's smart, tough, fast, and physical. Everybody to the ball. By the time we leave out their locker room, they ready. They ready.
They running through the wall.
They ready. You gotta understand, I walked in the locker room and Jalen Carter was like this at his locker room. He was one of the last people out of the locker room. And Connor Barwin walked me in. And he didn't even know who was talking to him. And I said, it's not a on planet Earth that can block you. He turned around and seen it was me. I said, I don't give a if they brought an alien down from Mars, Saturn, and Pluto, he can't block you. You understand what I'm saying? He said, I got you, OG. The minute we walked out that locker room, Connor Barwin said, you just got the team a sack today. And that kid had a few sacks.
Mm-hmm.
So the motivation is different.
You get the call. I don't know who called you, whether it's Big Dom, I don't know if it's Nick Sirianni, and they say, Gillie, you're gonna run them out today. The Super Bowl. 100 million people watching. Everybody in Philly is watching. What would that, it's one thing to run them out in the regular season or the postseason. It's something entirely different because they chronicle these games. Super Bowl 59, the Eagles and the Chiefs. And Gillie, Wallo called you the mascot, but
You know, that's cool. That nut-ass nigga.
What would that moment mean to the Philly kid that grew up and watched all these Eagles games, and he's running the team out in Super Bowl 59 onto the field to do battle?
The biggest thing would have be getting me there to the Super Bowl. Because the minute I get that call, I might pass the out.
Boom, clear. Hold on. This is the outfit that you normally wear when you run out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
How you wearing the?
No, this is a regular Vic jersey right here.
Is that an authentic Vic jersey, or that's the one that?
It's authentic. The one I got says Mike Gill Vic on the back. It's a little different. It's a little different. You know, you got Michael Vic and you got Mike Gill Vic.
Right.
It's a little different.
Hold on. You said I saw where Saquon gave Wallo. Wallo said, "Look, man, I ain't really no fan. I'm a fan of the team that's winning.
Yeah.
So if you win it, I'm your boy.
Yeah.
You lose it, I ain't got no time for it. If I root for you and you start to lose, I'm gonna find me another team." Saquon said, "Man, come on, Wallo, man, you bandwagon hopping."
Right, and you know what's so crazy? This Saquon first year here, and he knew that. He been here for 11 games, so again, oh, you like the Eagles now? He was so thrown off that Saquon said that he was like,
"How you know that?"
Yeah.
You been talking to Gillie.
I had to let him know, man. He's a real fan, man.
You're Sixers, man.
Yes.
Gillie, I mean, y'all brought in, Max is still playing out of his mind.
Yes.
Joel Embiid has been nicked. I mean, he played in the Olympics, and then the knee messed up again, and so he missed the time. Y'all signed PG, and that hadn't worked out like you guys thought it would. What's going on with your 76ers, bro?
You want me to sugarcoat it, or you want me?
Nah, we don't sugarcoat nothing here. This ain't no beignet.
Yeah. I feel like we made some wrong decisions, number one, with signing PG.
Wrong decision?
I mean, until you prove me wrong. Mm-hmm. You know,
Would you prefer to keep Tobias?
No. Because at the end of the day, Tobias was under so much scrutiny, it was going to be hard for him to play for the Sixers anyway. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but what PG has come and brought to the team so far, it don't look like we got our money's worth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like you looking like you having trouble beating people off the dribble. Everybody's staying in front of you. You're taking a bunch of contested shots. Everything is contested. So I don't know, but I know he's coming off an injury too, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm hopefully that he can get back you know what I mean, where he was. But as of right now, you know, it don't look good. And as of right now for Joel Embiid, it don't look good as well because you played the whole summer with the USA team.
And you was Nick going into the playoffs last year. Why would you do?
I didn't hear about you missing no practices.
Uh-oh.
I didn't hear about you missing nothing that had to do with the USA team, so don't tell me you gonna get out there and you gonna tap dance for the USA team and gold medal. But when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers, you played 421 games and you missed 404. Think about that.
So you feeling some type of way about this?
I'm about a person, I'm about being reliable.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing you can't say, you can say you're a great player, you can say when you're on the court, you're unstoppable, you can say MVP worthy every year, but the one thing you can't say is you reliable.
You still trust the process?
I've been stopped trusting the process. You know what I mean? I think we need, at a certain point, you gotta say we might need to go with a different process.
Wow.
When you got 3 max players that's supposed to be superstars and only one of them performing. And we got we like 12th in the East. Come on, man. How can I trust the process?
We saw Luka get traded.
Yes.
Would you be okay? How would you feel if the 76ers moved Joel Embiid?
I mean, at this point, I think I'm speaking for every Sixer fan. We wouldn't have we couldn't feel no type of way because like I said, when you go at games played versus games not played, it's damn near equal. So we get to see you on the court just as much as we get to see you off the court. There's no difference. So at the end of the day, it's like, it's to the point where we never know if you gonna play
or not.
Who want a player like that? I'm the biggest Joel Embiid fan ever. I go on all these podcasts and I let everybody know nobody could with Big. Nobody. He was averaging 35 points last year. But then the games that's played is so.
Do you believe the opportunity has passed you by because you had a couple of years that Ben Simmons was there and he was an all-star. Ben was playing at an all-star. Well, he was an all-star. All NBA defensive player, Joel Embiid. I mean, it's always been he's kind of nicked at the most inopportune at the wrong time, and so he's kind of limping into the playoffs. Do you feel that you guys have missed that opportunity? You had the Hawks down 3-1, and you let them come all the way back, Gillie. Do you feel your opportunity has passed you by now?
I mean, I feel like with this team right now, our opportunity is whether Joel Embiid is healthy or whether he's not healthy. That's what it all comes down to. If we get a Joel Embiid that's healthy, we can beat anybody. But the problem is, he's never healthy.
Yes, and you don't get healthier as you get older.
Right. Knees get a little tender, feet get tender, hips get all fucked up.
You caught a lot of flack because you had LeBron ranked over the Philly kid, rest his soul, Kobe.
Yes.
You still feel LeBron is a better player than Kobe?
Yes. I feel like if LeBron James is the best player we ever seen in the world, if we never seen Michael Jordan play.
So you got Jordan ranked over LeBron. That's the only player that you got over LeBron.
Yes. Okay, let me just ask you this question, right? If me and you both came in the league at 18, right? And I averaged 20 at 18, and you averaged 6.7, and I averaged more assists than you, more rebounds than you. I'm the fastest player, the 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, the fastest player. We came in the league at the same time. How could you be better than me? We both got the chips. Matter of fact, you wasn't even the best player on your team at one time. I never walked into a locker room and wasn't the best player on my team. I got drafted number 1. I went to a team that won 13 games. Do you think that these grown-ass men in this locker room thought this 18-year-old kid was gonna come in there and make a difference? They didn't.
No.
But I did. Because the next year we won 30-something games. So, what are we talking? I'm not taking anything away from Kobe's greatness. But what are we talking about? This kid had the most pressure on him out of anybody in the history of the game.
Right.
Front of Sports Illustrated, 10th grade, chosen one. They said he can play in the league right now in the 10th grade. Everybody's like, what? He probably could have. Kobe Bryant backed up Eddie Jones at one time. LeBron James wouldn't have backed Eddie Jones up in the 11th grade. And Eddie is my man.
Yes.
But LeBron James is different. Think about that.
Yeah.
He came into the league as an 18-year-old kid and probably was the 8th heaviest person in the league. But probably was the fastest person in the league. So it's not taking anything away from Kobe, but Kobe used to go to an NBA locker room and put a Robin uniform on. Shaq was Batman. LeBron never showed up and put a Robin uniform on in any locker room ever. That's the difference.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Shannon Sharpe, and I'm a Row partner. Are you ready to lose an average of 15% of your weight faster? Meet the latest offering through Row. Row now offers FDA-approved weight loss vials for half the price of those expensive auto-ejector pens. No insurance or saving cards needed, and you will see results faster. Lose, and on average, of 15% of your weight in just 1 year. This formula from Eli Lilly targets 2 key hormones to curb hunger with less nausea than other treatments. Your Row-affiliated provider will help you figure out if GLP-1s are right for you with support throughout the process. Plus, you can sign up online, no waiting rooms, no doctor visit, just simple, convenient access. Over 385,000 people have already chosen Row. Weight loss? Faster. Confidence? Higher. Price? Cheaper. What are you waiting for? Go to row.co/Shannon to see if you qualify. That's row.co/Shannon. Go to row.co/safety for box warnings to full safety information about GLP-1 medication. Give me your Mount Rushmore Philly sports guys. So you got Iverson, Chamberlain, Frazier, Smith, Julius Erving. You know them. Who are your 4 guys that you're going to put on Mount Rushmore?
You definitely got to go Bubba Chuck.
Okay. AI.
You got to go Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay.
You have to go Joe Frazier.
Okay.
And you would have to probably go Julius Erving.
The doctor.
Yes.
You went all basketball. You went all except Joe.
I mean, you got Joe Frazier beat Muhammad Ali, man. I could put Brian Dawkins in there, but he never won a Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do.
I could throw Jason Kelsey in there. Because but can I put Jason Kelsey over Dr. J? No. I know I can't put him over Allen Iverson. That's just like, he's the all-time Philly GOAT over everything. So.
Who's your best rapper, NBA player, all time?
Damian Lillard.
Better than Shaq?
Shaq sold more records.
Yeah.
And Shaq had his moments too, because Shaq could rap. He could do his thing, and that's my guy. But
Dame really got flow like that.
Yeah. But if you're going who's the biggest rapper, basketball-wise, then it would have to be Shaq. Without a doubt.
All right, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Best rapper, Hooper. Dirk, J. Cole, Breezy, Quavo, 2 Chainz, Game, Master P, Davies, Cameron, and Mace. Now.
I would probably say Davies.
Better than Breezy?
No, Breezy's good too. but no. The person I'm putting number 1, NLE Chopper.
Really?
Yeah, he can really play.
NLE
Chopper is the only person that I played against in a celebrity game where I had 27, he had 27. He matching me, bucket for bucket. Like,
You know, Master P almost made the league.
yeah, but Master P knees a little tender. My OG hips ain't working the same. You know what I mean? His back up, you know.
So one-on-one, you and Chopper, who taking it? The 15, we going to 15.
Well, I already beat him twice in the big three. So, and we go.
Nah, one-on-one, we going one-on-one.
We guarding each other. So he got all the work. he got,
Gillie, you ain't got no Gillie.
Everybody know when it come to the OG.
So we got a 40 and under. So we got a 40 and over.
I don't play no over 35. Don't disrespect my game like that. I ain't playing no park cars. Like, I would not play you. That's the easy money.
What about 5'10"? So we going 5'10". We got to put a height limit and a.
Hold on. There's footage out there of me cooking Lethal Shooter. He's 6'4". I don't play no games.
He's mainly a shooter. He ain't really no one-on-one. No.
That's what I am. I'm a shooter.
No, you play.
No, I'm a shooter. You hear me? I'm open.
But you are a 3-time big three celebrity.
MVP.
You gonna win it again?
They brought the professor this year for me.
Oh, he gave you that work?
He got there and realized I signed up for some shit.
Why they don't let you play in the NBA celebrity game?
Because it's an easy MVP for me. They know it. It's too easy. And then honestly, I'm not even hyped to play in the NBA celebrity game because that's all politics. You feel me?
Yeah.
90% of the people out there can't play.
Right.
So it's like, you just got the right publicist, that's all. That's why you never played basketball in your life. Why would you be playing in this game? So that's about politics, man. And that's the easy MVP trophy for me. I'm gonna stay with the Negro League.
You believe you can beat Jamal Crawford in a one-on-one?
Yes.
Man, stop playing.
All right. I'm just saying, Jamal, why you ducking me?
That man is a 3-time sixth man of the year.
Yeah, and he got 639,000 miles on them knees. They're done.
He ain't done.
They're done.
That man to cook you.
Why he ain't
50.
He hasn't accepted my challenge. I talked to him. He said, me and my son gonna get you. All right, well, let's do this. I get your son out the way first, just to let you know this a grown-ass man game. Sit down, little JJ. I ain't playing with you, man. JJ, sit your little ass down, man.
But you want dad.
I want, yeah, you know what I want.
50 points, 4 different teams. The oldest man to score 50.
Yeah, that shit, let me tell you something. The one thing you know, the one thing we don't ever operate off is no Throwback Thursday shit. We ain't operating off no Throwback Thursday shit. No shit. We don't want to know about the bench you had in 89. What you doing now? I'm deep fried barbecue bacon young motherfuckers right now. I'm 48.
I'm taking one-on-one. I'm taking Breezy over you. I'm just saying.
I'll cook Breezy. Wait, hold on. You want to pull up the footage of me at Breezy house? You could, right? Oh, okay.
You cooked it?
Deep fried, barbecue baked, rotisserie chicken.
Uh-oh.
No, but Breezy got game.
Yeah, he can really play.
Breezy can really play.
I got one for you. Because you were talking reckless, and he said he ain't going to let him loose on you just yet because he got other things to do. Bronny, cook you. Cook!
See, let me just tell you something. I let Rich Ball get away with that, right? Because Rich, my man. Rich used to run around in Philly a little bit. Bronny.
You're too little.
No. Athletic. Jump high. Can shoot. I'm talking about, you know where he don't got me at? It's the reason why I wear a big hat, man. Big thinker,
Every time Bronny score.
You're right.
Do that right there.
But you gotta understand. If me and Jamal Crawford play or me and Bronny play one-on-one, right? I'm 48 years old, right? If they beat me 15-9, I won. You let somebody's grandfather score 9 times on you?
Nah, I don't think you get 9 on Bronny. I think you get like 2. 15-2.
Shit, ain't nobody ever beat me by 2 points.
15-2.
Nah.
All he gonna do is back you down, post you up.
I ain't worrying about that 6'4" wingspan.
Man, you ain't got it.
You know how they say a person be 6'4", but he got a 6'9" wingspan. I'm 5'9" with a 6'4" wingspan.
Well, Rich Paul challenged you to a three-point competition, and you backed out.
I let Rich, Rich is one of them dudes who, we got some business ventures going.
You don't want to ruin that.
I ain't want to fuck that up. Rich, my guy. After we closed the venture, then I get him out to get the sit the down, Rich. But while we in negotiations and we going back and forth, I let Rich get that one.
If Q would let you play in the Big Three, you play in the Big Three?
I will play in the Big Three, but Q won't let me. Because you got to understand, think about this, right? I played 3 Big Three games, right? Every game I hit a 4-pointer and at least 3 3-pointers, right?
Yeah.
Mario Chalmers played a whole Big Three season and hit a 4-pointer.
Man, why he catch you straight?
I'm just saying. What's my other man with the podcast? The point guard, Jeff Teague.
Yeah.
Played a whole Big Three season.
Now you gonna talk about you gonna cook Teague? You ain't finna cook my 520 guy.
He running from me. He keep calling me, keep talking about what we gonna do, but every time I'm trying to set up the game, they not playing. Because
Teague.
I'm telling them,
handle this.
This going straight to Instagram. We doing this live. We not doing no filming where we gotta edit shit. I don't need to edit shit. I get 5, 6, 7 buckets in a row. Step your ass up. And then you gotta deal with the mouth. That's the thing they can't deal with.
Oh, so you gonna try to talk about their game?
No, that's what I do. That's what I do. You better step up. Oh, you didn't step up?
But see, Bronny, you ain't gonna even be getting that shot off.
You crazy.
Man, you see Bronny throwing folks stuff out of there?
I got a jump shot.
Yeah, he did it up right there.
I know how to get to my
right
shot.
there.
I know.
Young Kobe, D skills.
Bronny is the truth. He's going to develop into a great player. But the things I can teach him, it would accelerate his process. That's all I'm saying.
But you did get a basketball scholarship. So
Yeah.
what happened?
Did Wallo tell you what happened?
Nah, Wallo didn't tell me what happened. I got you here. Why Wallo didn't tell me I got
The
you?
way you said that, what happened? It's like I know some details, some insights.
No.
Well, I was a young, reckless kid.
The coach didn't like you?
Nah, the coach loved me. Shout out to Coach Zeke, loved me.
Okay.
And during the summertime, I had got into something of an armed robbery type of situation.
How's something like?
Something like, because I changed my life, brother.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
I'm trying to make it look good. And you that up. Like I got sponsors and shit, brother.
So.
And I'm trying to make my, but sponsors understand that I changed my life.
You did.
We're talking about damn near 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And rest in peace to Alan Bunch, you know what I mean? Was a kid that was with me that lost his life. And I got kicked out of college. And that's when rapping started.
Right.
And it's one of the worst
If you
things
got
in my
that
life.
skill, though, Gillie, you had a skill. You got a scholarship to play basketball. How would you get jammed up doing an arm robbery?
No, I'm in college.
I know what I'm saying.
I'm actually in my sophomore year.
Yes.
But you got to understand, you growing up in the ghetto, right?
Yes.
And me and my mom didn't really have the best relationship when I was younger. So I moved out of my mom's house at 17 years old. I've never been back. I'm 48 years old. You feel what I'm saying? So I had an apartment off of campus. I went to school, and the assumption was that I had family members that looked out, that because I would leave, come home, I would get with Wallo, who was my little cousin. We would go do some crazy shit, and then I go back up to the school. But I had an apartment off campus. So I would come home, go back up to school. Go play basketball tournaments. My schoolwork never was a problem. Go home, go back up to school. So when this happened, they had me on the front of the Daily News. It said, Cabrini basketball star lived his double life.
Damn.
And then it talked about how I went to college. I I was productive. I was on the team. I started as a freshman, but then it also talked about how I got caught up in some...
You jacking folk.
Right. So I got kicked out of college, and then it was a little rough.
Do you remember the day that you...
August 22nd, 1996. The day my homie got killed during an armed robbery. Rest in peace, Alan Bunch. Love you, brother. I always will represent you. Shout out to his mother, because one of the hardest days of my life was going to his funeral, because he was a kid that went to college with me. And he didn't come from that shit. And when I told him what it was that I did, he didn't even believe the shit. But then as he started hanging with me during the summertime, he got involved with me. He wanted to go. And then, you know.
One thing led to another.
Yeah. So, shout out to Alan Bunch.
You also ran track too.
Yeah. I was
so
good.
Do you play football?
Nah. I was good at running from motherfuckers.
That'd have been perfect for football.
I know. Like, Wallo was never good at running. That motherfucker always got caught.
Yeah.
You hear me? The cop, you hear, beep, beep. The cop sirens go off, he's going to jail. That nigga Gillie is going to get skinny. Cuz, wait up. That's the police. What do you mean, wait up? Every nigga for himself. What are you doing? Anytime you hear from him, you have a collect call from it's well.
How can I help you, cuz?
That nigga never got away, man. As a juvenile, he never got away.
I saw a shot. He's skinny. How he's slow and skinny?
Man, that motherfucker had heavy ankles, man. Had the heaviest ankles in Philadelphia. You hear me? He'd be with 6. Everybody get away but him.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
Cat. I think Cat get you in a 40.
I cooked the shit out of Cat.
You crazy. You saw that man run like 4.5 in the 40. You saw it on IG.
Okay, me and you both know that wasn't no motherfucker 4'5".
Okay, 4.65.
Motherfucker 5'6".
Come on now.
You don't got that one.
You saw he ran down Monique.
That was in a high school gym. Cat didn't even warm up. He was in some damn jeans. You know goddamn well. It's goddamn wide receivers in the draft right now coming out the draft. They running on goddamn 4, 5, 6. You know damn well that was 6'1".
Cat get you though.
No, he won't. See, it's a difference. You
don't run no 40s, Gillie.
Yes, I do. I just ran a 40 at the Giants facility, didn't I? Yeah. And what did I run? 4.9 what?
Man, you ain't run no 4.9 and no 48.
What did I run?
4.92.
4.92.
At 33 yards?
No, 40 yards.
Who marked the yardage?
No, we was really at the Giants facility, and I told them I could run. I was hyping the shit up though. I told them I could run a 4.6. And they was like, well, we got the guy right here with the took me out there, and I ran a 4.9. First time, didn't warm up or nothing. So imagine if I warmed up, stretched and shit,
4.9. To the 4.9. But I'm going with Cat.
All right. I mean, we could do it, man, for some money.
I got Cat.
That'll be the easiest money he ever gave me, man.
Cat. Hey, Cat, I just need Cat to train for like 2 months.
Cat ain't got it, man. Cat on tour doing shows, man.
You and Coach Prime, good friend.
Yes.
You and Wallo, you guys were down there when he took off to Jackson State. You guys were really the first celebs that showed up on the scene, showed love.
First game.
First game you guys was
First
there.
game.
How long you known Coach Prime?
I knew Coach Prime for a minute, man. Coach is a really good guy, you know what I mean, as far as speaking to him, and Coach is somebody that I could call and get some game from. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And when he told us he was going to Jackson State, he was like, Coach, we in. We gonna come down there and we gonna put some light on that shit.
Right.
And we gonna really help you, you know what I mean?
Grow the program.
Grow the program. Now it's up to y'all if y'all win or not. But the light we could bring is a different type of light. And Coach was really,
he was
receptive of that. Like, let's do it. And then they won. you know, and then they won the second year. And then it made it even better because Travis decided to go. So now you got a big name coming, Shador. He could have went to Alabama, could have went here. He said, I'm gonna go play for my dad. So now you got some big names that's coming that's also drawing some attention. You got us, and you got Coach Prime.
There's a situation, you guys are there. The guy scores a touchdown. You're running down the sideline with him. He gets in the end zone. He hands you the ball. You in the end zone, you spike it. What the hell you thinking?
I wasn't.
You're like, you ain't got no help in the shoulder pads.
But listen, but if you look at the video, they say, Gillie, you just got to stand behind the white.
Yeah.
If you look at that video, Coach Prime said it. He said, Gillie's behind the white. I ran the whole sideline. Go, Neff. Let's go. Because, you know, I know these kids.
Yeah.
I'm in the locker room. I'm dancing with them. I'm hyping them up before the game. I ran the whole sideline with him, but I was behind the white. I got to the end zone. He threw me the ball. I was like, now, when Tom Brady give his offensive lineman the ball.
Tom Brady in the game. They in the game, Gillie.
For a minute, I was in the game. He threw me the ball. And Coach Prime said, in Gillie's defense, why would you throw him the ball? Like, what was he supposed to do? He run down, he's typing you up, and then you give him the ball. Penalty on the bench. I'm like, oh, shit.
That's me.
That's me.
The only thing that would have made it worse if you'd have threw the ball in the stands.
Why they would have made it worse?
Man, you can't throw. That ain't an NFL game. You ever seen somebody in college throw the ball in the stands?
No, I didn't. I haven't.
Exactly.
See, I don't even know all the rules. You know what? I was so into the game that they threw a penalty. I didn't even know the flag was on me or nothing. I'm walking up the sideline. I'm charged. And Wallo said, and this knows nothing about sports. He was like, cuz, I don't think you're supposed to do that shit. And then all common sense hit me. I was like, personal foul. I was like, that was the first time, the first game, I never went in the locker room during halftime. I was like, fuck that, I'm staying on the field with the cheerleaders and shit. I ain't going to the locker room.
Where would you want to see Shador go? What team?
I would want to see Shador go to the Titans.
Number 1 overall.
Number 1 overall, no noise. Titans is a place you don't hear none of the noise. But I also believe that wherever Shador goes, he's good because you got to understand, if I'm a GM and I'm drafting a quarterback, I got to say to myself, this kid's been through a lot more than every other kid in the draft. Mm-hmm. Because he always had to live up to being Deion Sanders' son. Mm-hmm. So he always had the spotlight on him, and all he did was produce.
Right.
When he went to Jackson State, they said he was at a black college. Then he went to the worst FBS school in college football, which was Colorado at the time.
Right.
They was the worst FBS school in football, Division I football. And 2 years later, they're ranked in the top 25. So that shows you that he won in high school, 4 state championships. He went to college. They said, oh, he's at a black school. He couldn't do that if he was here. Then he went to a school that wasn't that good and took them to greatness, took them to something to where as though now it's an attraction that you actually want to go to Colorado because they got Julian Newman now.
Right.
And that's a product of Coach Prime, his coaches, Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter, and the way that Coach Prime treats his players.
You got an opportunity to see Trav when he went to Jackson State.
Yes.
He followed time to CU. An opportunity to see him up close and to watch what he turned himself into. We knew he had the potential, but to see last year that Heisman, and you went to a lot of games. What is it like? Explain to people that's never seen Trav play in person. What is it like?
First of all, it's like it's kind of strange because Travis outside off the football field is just the nicest kid ever. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, but then when he step on the field, it's like a light, it's just like a switch go on. And he's a total different person. Don't throw that shit over here. You like,
Who that?
what the f-? Like, that's the same kid. Like, because he's so nice and you don't even think, I wouldn't even think that he even had that like mentality to talk. But when he step on that field, it's just like a total different dog. So, and you really be like, okay, he really takes this shit serious because he's two different people. When he's off the field, he's calm, he's laid back, he's the nicest, and then he step on the field and it's like, I wish you would try me. Throw that shit over here if you want. And it's like, he get it.
Yeah. You've been married for 27 years. When you met your wife, how did you know she was the one? Or do you know?
I'm still trying to figure that shit out. Now look at my daughter sitting right there. You see my daughter there?
She's like, yeah, I was about to say, I would tell mama.
No, you know, you really don't know if somebody is the one because, you know, every day is a different challenge. But after we got, you know, some time in and years in, and she was just so different, raised so different from how I was raised.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I never sat down at a table and had dinner with the family, and they did that every day. You know what I mean? Sat down at the table, had dinner, talked about the day, what you did today, and my mom worked 2 jobs, and like I was like home like making beans and hot dogs for my little sisters and shit. So it was just totally different, and she brought a whole different perspective on life to me. You know what I mean? I was a kid coming up straight out the street, carrying guns. She's like, you gotta take a gun in my mom's house. I don't go anywhere without my gun. I'd rather be caught with it than without it. I'd rather be judged by 6 than judged by 12 than carried by 6. All the ghetto shit. The shit that didn't make no sense. Now that you sit back, you're like, why the was I'm at the dinner table with her parents, like, how you guys doing? Gun on my hip. I'm like her parents are gonna do something.
I sure hope this ain't no hit the floor.
Ghetto analogies that didn't make any sense. I would rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I would rather be a lion for a day than a sheep for 1,000 years. No, I would rather be a sheep for 1,000 But the ghetto trains you to think some of the most dumbest shit you can ever think. Like, and I also say, growing to a 95% white college was some of the best shit I ever did in my life. Because they took a kid straight out the ghetto who, the white man was to blame for everything. Let's just be for real. White man locked Ricky up. Ricky ran in the bank with a gun. What you talking about? But growing up in the ghetto, it's not that.
Right.
Oh man, this white man gave Ricky 30, gave Raheem 12 years. They ain't shit. Raheem pistol beat a bill in broad daylight and robbed him. So, me going to an all-white college, it opened my mind up. Because I got up there and I understood that you got some really good white folks out here. Hey, you got some that ain't shit that was like, what is this doing on campus? But you also had some white folks that would them up if they said that shit. And it just opened my mind up to a different perspective of life and even how to operate and be yourself around whoever. You feel what I'm saying? So when I finally started doing deals and I was able to operate around whoever, I was able to be myself around whoever, it didn't matter. And because I was in every environment. And if you never actually put me in that environment,
never known.
You feel what I'm saying? I got black friends right now that if I take them in an all-white room, he talk about, how you doing? I'm Jamal. I'm like, I thought you was Bullethead. I didn't even know your name was Jamal. You been Bullethead your whole life. Now you're here with a.
You done switched up on me.
You done switched up on me. So
To know you have someone, because it hasn't always been, you haven't always been this Gillie, say the last decade. There's been some trials and tribulations. There's been some ups and downs. But to know you got a ride or die in your corner. Mm-hmm. What's that been like?
I mean, that's everything. You got to understand, she went to jail with me.
How you had the old lady go to jail?
She took me to jail. She was the one selling the weed.
Tell on him. I want you to tell the story.
But yeah, she went to jail with me, and we had a thing called a nebula hearing, whereas though you can't bail out from the first, you got to be locked up from 3 to 10, take from 3 to 10 days for your nebula hearing to come through, and it just so happens ours came through on the 10th day, and she wrote me a letter from one jail to the next and said, babe, don't be over there stressing. I'm okay over here. I'm batting these bitches off. And I thought that was the funniest shit ever. Because I'm keeping way my woman look. I'm like, they over here getting anything. They tear it up. Somebody got some coochie. When she wrote me that letter, I was like.
Was that the moment you knew?
No, I had knew before that shit. She had to be locked up and write me a letter. You trying to get me in trouble.
No, but I'm saying, you know she the one.
Yeah.
But she wasn't enough to make you stop doing that foolishness.
Well, she was liking them Louis bags.
Man, you stupid, Gillie.
Yeah, I mean, you like that. You like that good. You like the life. You know what I mean? And but that was when it changed my life, because I said that's when I really, I always had a relationship with God, but I said, if I get out of this situation, you ain't never ever got to worry about me ever.
You were done.
Being in your way ever again.
Right.
Or the police way ever again.
What was your first impression when you met her? When you see her for the first time, I don't know where you met her. Were you in the mall or you walking down the street?
You gotta understand, when I walked up on her, right?
You want to know how you do it? Okay, Gillie, okay. We're going to go back 30 years ago.
Tell you something, I'll FaceTime her right now, she'll tell you, I smelt her hair.
Yeah, you weirdo.
No, that shit'll get you a case nowadays.
You better believe it.
But I said, you got all this long ass pretty hair. I said, you don't need no Paul Mitchell products or nothing. I bet you when you run your shit bounce, don't it? She had never heard no shit like that in her life. She was like, this crazy.
Yeah.
I am. And you know the one thing that good girls like? Crazy. And she's been a part of my life ever since. You gotta understand, I used to have to go pick her up from the corner of her block because she didn't want her parents to see me. And then I just got to tell her, I said, listen, enough is enough. I ain't picking you up from the fucking corner no more. I'm a grown-ass man. I was like 21. Grown-ass man. I'm doing that shit. Then you gotta understand, she told me her dad was black and her mom was Korean. Bro, looking at my woman, I thought, it's gonna be this old light-skinned, curly head with pretty eyes. And that darker than you, man. I pulled up. And she was like, that's my dad on the porch. I was like, the extra crispy. That dark motherfucker right there is your dad? She was like, yes. Dude, I felt so comfortable after that.
That was it.
I was like, he's a nigga. That's a field nigga. I was like, yes. What? I met her dad, her uncle was, see, I knew her uncle, he was like, you want something to drink? They was out there with the yak.
Yeah.
You want a drink? I said, yeah, I'll take a drink, what you said. I like you, I don't trust people that don't drink. I was like, damn. That's when I also realized the Littles was a bunch of alcoholics. But whole family loved me, man. Mom loved me, and I love the family. And we just been together for so long. It's my 22-year-old daughter sitting right there. 25-year-old son. So we just been together forever, man. It's a beautiful thing when you know that you truly got somebody that, you know what I mean, really got your back.
What have you tried to instill in your daughter about dating? She's of dating age now. Guys, you find that it's different. If you ain't have no bread, they see her like attractive young lady. Dad got some paper. How can we get some of it? What you tell your daughter about
Don't make
dating?
me kill.
You done gave that life up.
Hey, don't make me kill somebody. Don't make me go to prison now. I'll play it. I just tell her, for most importantly, you know what I mean, just make sure you're always being respectful to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She was raised right, so she understand, you know what I mean, what's the do's and the don'ts.
She see you. She see the relationship that you have with her mom.
Yeah, right, so that that's a perfect example of what you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, me and your mom, we have ups and downs, just any relationship we go through. We have arguments. Arguments is only reminding the motherfuckers how much you love them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got a relationship that's too quiet, something ain't right. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to argue just to get the fire set. You got to argue just to make up. Hey, no, close your ears.
Kevin Hart's from Philly. You got a relationship with K Hart. Y'all be joking.
My guy.
I could imagine what tomorrow's gonna be like.
Yes. When we win.
When the Eagles win.
When we win.
You and K Hart gonna be on one.
Oh, what? Me, Kevin Hart, Meek Mills, Stephen Fulton, 4-time champion, 2-weight division. He's over there in the house at Club Shay Shay. So, man, the whole Philly gonna turn up, man. I tell you one thing, when we win, they think I was dancing before. Shit, call me DM, goddamn dancing machine.
What is K Hart? Because you see yourself, you see Gillie and Meek. We're gonna talk about Meek a little bit and his reform and what he's trying to do to reform prison reform and guys in probation. Talk to Wallo. What is K Hart, to see his story, to see where he came from Philly, just like you a Philly kid?
No, you gotta understand, me and Kevin Hart from the same neighborhood.
What? Really?
Yes. Kevin Hart used to live above a guy that was in my rap group, Ab Lava, Major Figures. So he lived on the bottom floor and Kev lived above him.
Wow.
Like, Kevin is we from the same neighborhood. So to see him make it out and I make it out and Meek make it out and Freeway make it out and, man, coming from Philly, man, that shit is rough. You gotta understand, I got 5 main homies. All of us been shot. Think about that. Wow. It's like a surprise when you haven't been shot in Philly. It's like, oh, you haven't been shot? Yeah, you lucky, man.
Right.
So when you come up in a rough environment like that, 2 years ago we had damn near 700 murders. Think about that.
Wow.
That's 2 dying a day during gun violence. Imagine how many people was getting shot. Because most people that get shot don't die. Imagine how many people was getting shot in Philadelphia. So when you able to come about that type of environment and make something out of yourself when everything is against you to fail, I gotta be proud of Kev. I gotta be proud of Meek.
Yeah.
I gotta be proud of certain individuals because it's like, bro, you special. You one of the ones God wrapped his arms around, man. You know how many people in Philadelphia would cut their finger off to be in Kevin Hart position, to be in my position, to be in Wallo position, Meek Mill position, Freeway position, and a few others. Mm-hmm. Jill Scott, Eve, Cool Boy. So when you come about those gutters, man, it's rough, man. And if you can make anything out of yourself, you always gotta applaud that shit.
You mentioned Meek And you see Meek was freestyling in the Philly streets, and now he's one of the biggest rappers in the game, and he's trying to do a lot with his life, learned a lot, been through a lot. You see he's trying to do with prison reform and probation and parole. What's it been like you said, to see guys that come from the environment in which I came from, and I know what it's like because I lived in that jungle. I lived in that environment, and to make it out and to make something. What's it like to see people that grew up in a very similar situation as Gillie, and to be where they are now?
You gotta understand, I met Meek when he was probably like 18 years old. And we've been cool ever since then. So to understand that what's most impressive is the growth. You know what I mean? Because you seen a kid that just had raw talent, he didn't give a about nothing but rapping. If Gillie ain't got the studio, Meek wanna be in there. Because they all came to a studio that I named, that me and my partner developed, called the Bat Cave.
Okay.
And it was good because you can go right to the Bat Cave, you can record your songs, rug, mix you down, and send your shit right to the radio. Right there. So when I see me coming, he raw, and the one thing that kid had that a lot other people didn't have, he had real hustle. He wanted that shit. So it would be like, rug, whatever time Gillie don't got, because Gillie books the studio out 2 months. No, I don't want nobody coming through there from 12 o'clock in the morning in the afternoon to 12 o'clock at night. Meek would say, okay, I want to come in there from 12 o'clock at night to 8 in the morning. Wow. And would really be hustling like that. So that's the reason why he's in the space that he's in. That's the reason why when you look up, he got all the cars, he got the mansions. I done been to 3 of his mansions. He's really doing shit at an elite level because his hustle is at an elite level.
What are your thoughts when you see all the hate that he receives on social media? You see someone that came, like you mentioned, came from the environment in which he came from, having the success that he's had, trying to do things for our community, and it seems like our community bite him in the butt.
I always put I'm the OG. So anytime Cool Boy will tell you, anytime they going through, I'm the one that reach out. And I'm the one that push it into perspective for you. Because I'm older, so I've seen a lot more life, and I've been through a lot more shit. So I'm able to put shit to perspective for you. And I say, you listening to Instagram, Meek? Or are you listening to that 22,000 people you just performed in? Because I just seen you perform in front of 22,000 people, and they was damn near falling out the Raptors. So obviously, they not the on Instagram talking shit. It's easy to talk shit on Instagram. You could be a 16-year-old kid in Nova Scotia. Shay Shay, you ain't shit. It's easy to talk shit on Instagram. For me, I've never seen somebody's post and been enthused to talk shit to somebody because my life is doing good. If I got a negative comment about you, it's just in my mind, man, that motherfucker crazy, man. But for me to actually type that shit on Instagram, that's letting me know that life got you in a butt-naked Russian headlock. It's kicking your ass. Because I don't think about, if I thought something negative, it's just funny to me, yo, man, that motherfucker funny, man. You go crazy, man. I'm not typing that on Instagram because you don't, or a person don't concern me enough that I would take time to write a negative something about somebody on social media. That's taking too much time out of my life. I got real shit going on. I have an energy drink that's the official sports drink of the Philadelphia 76ers and the Chicago Sky. Pure Fuel. Wait, hold on, wait. Break dance on your tongue. You know? You know what I mean? So for me, I got too much shit going on to concern myself with writing a negative comment about somebody. You know what I mean? It's just not in my, I don't understand that.
Jay-Z tried to sign you, and you tried to sign you, your group offered you 12 points. What are points in a rap?
How do you know about this shit, number one? Who, you have some, man, you got some good digging this shit up.
We gotta, hey, look here. If you know this, you put a team together. If you can't trust your team implicitly, you need to get new team members.
Absolutely. Absolute points is like, you know, when you how many records you sell, how much money you gonna get on the back end, residual.
Oh, it's not like the points you're not gonna get against Bronny, right?
No,
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna use you were saying point.
So back in the day, Hove tried to sign my group Major Figures. It wasn't just Hove, it was Dame Dash, it was Rockefeller. Okay. You know, I didn't feel as though that the contract was right, so I didn't accept it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I did a solo deal with Tony Draper and Suave House. He's my great friend to this day. 2 other artists that was on Major Figures, Dutch and Spade, they went over to Entertainment. Another artist that was on Major Figures, Ab Lava, he went over to Dr. Dre. So we kind of had this Optimus Prime thing going on where everybody could go get their own money on a solo thing, and we're going to do the group together. Jay and Dame came back with the offer. I didn't like the offer. I thought it was a slave deal. I thought we would have to sell 1 quadrillion records to make some money, so I turned it down, and that was the situation.
But what transpired after that?
I mean, some things were said about making it difficult for whatever.
For you to be in this game.
You know, but
does that happen a lot?
Yes.
If you refuse to sign with someone, it's like, okay, you're done. You're not gonna work in this industry.
It happens a lot in this game, you know, especially to a young kid that got talent, that's young and naive. You're like, you man, what do you mean you're gonna make it difficult? I believe in God, nigga, shut up. But the reality of it is that they can make it difficult for you. You gotta understand. Wallo was in jail, right? And he used to call home. And I used to say, cuz they blackballing me, man. And I didn't know that he thought that I was full of shit until he came home. And then we would bump into people and they would tell us, like, no, Gillie was on the list. That, like, you gotta understand, shout out to Cypher Sounds, you gotta understand, because I was talented, people didn't wanna block me. So, he brought me up to MTV. I was on MTV. I did an interview on MTV. And the interview was so powerful that they got a call from Universal. Said, you'll never get an exclusive again.
Wow.
If you interview me. I'm just a kid just trying to get on. You gotta understand, I'm in the car, I'm on my way to 50 Cent house because 50 Cent wanted to sign me. Shout out to 50, you know what I mean? And I'm in a truck with Cosmic Kev. Shout out, biggest DJ from Philadelphia. And he calls DJ Khaled. And he says, man, Gillie got this record that's moving. And Khaled says, yeah, Gillie, I see the record is moving. Yeah, oh, yeah. You know, all the fake shit, you know. And then says, are you still beefing with Lil Wayne, though? I said, what? The f does that have to do with you, man? First of all, Wayne dissed me.
Right.
Anybody I ever had an issue with, they started the shit. I never start nothing. I mind my business. Anybody know Gillie, he sit around, he smoke his weed, he work, he do his work, and he mind his business. Anybody I ever had an issue with, ever, they started the shit with me. It's just that I'm ultra aggressive. So then when I come back, it's like, damn, that was crazy. Like, no, if I'm getting in the ring with you, bro, I'm not throwing jabs. I'm throwing jabs and hooks and uppercuts. I'm trying to get you the f out of here.
Right.
So for me, it's always just been, I mind my business, you f with me, then you get what come with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But back what I was speaking on, because you got me off this goddamn cognac. It kind of
that shit good though, ain't it?
Smooth too, man.
Yeah. We gonna see you with a bottle. Let you
man,
celebrate the
smooth through my thought process. He gets you with that shit, man. You know what I mean, man? Hang on. Shout out to this though, man.
Shea by LaPortier.
Shea by LaPortier. Let me tell you something.
It's a VSOP that drinks like an XO.
And this shit's smooth too. It sneak up on you. Motherfucker run up on you like a bank robber.
So Jay signed state property instead of you.
Yes. They had went and got the deal, and then we didn't sign the deal, so they had the deal lingering around. So they put some guys together from Philly and made it happen. And shout out to State Property. All of them is my guys.
When you signed with Suave House Records, did you have to move to Houston?
Nah. And shout out to Tony Draper, the realest CEO that I ever met in the game. You know, I went down there and, you know, Drake was the first person that showed me that this rap shit was real.
Drake?
Drake.
Oh, Drake.
Tony
Drake.
Draper.
Okay, Tony Draper.
Because I got this Houston. And, you know, he set me up nice. He had the car pick me up from the airport.
Yeah.
And I get to his house. And the gates opening.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
He got all the cars lined up. I'm talking about Vipers with zip-up windows and shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm straight from North Philly. I'm like, what the The Benz and the Rover and the Viper and the Bentley. And then he come out and it's glowing. Like, I don't know if the was doing skin regiments back then, but the nigga was glowing. He was like, but this 1990 motherfucker he looked like he was floating too. I'm like, that's what black excellence looked like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
He like, come on in and got the fish tank built in the wall. The house is immaculate. This look like maids clean this every hour on the hour. And you know, and then he took me over to the studio house. It's another immaculate. And it was just like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You can really make money from this shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I didn't grow up a rapper. I didn't even have cable TV growing up. I never seen no rap videos. I had one dream, to go to the NBA. That's it. I started rapping in college, playing around. We just used to smoke some weed. My man, he had a little radio, had a mic. He played some beats. We say anything, we busting out laughing. Then one day we was like, we gonna write something. I wrote a rap. We came back, I recorded it. They was like, yo, you never thought about rapping? I'm saying shit like this, man, stop playing, man. I ain't no nut-ass rapper, man. Fuck is you talking about, man? Stop playing, man. Because I didn't look at rapping as being a cool thing. I just looked at it as just some fun
Something
shit.
to do.
Right. And then when I come home that summer, that's when the robbery happened. That's when I get kicked out of college. And that one rap that I had was better than anybody that I came across who had 1,000 raps.
Wow.
My one rap was better than any rap that they could. You gotta understand, I had 4 songs out. The 4th song I ever made was #1 on the countdown on Power 99 in Philadelphia, the biggest radio station. So they're like, the #2 song, Destiny's Child. And then they're like, #1. And I got a bidding war between every record label, Def Jam, Priority, Atlantic. Tony Draper didn't come on to the end. And I might got 12 raps. Literally. Like, I went to the studio. The song was called Love for Gillie. I went to the studio, and I was like, what I'm gonna rap about? And the guy was like, Marcus Graham, who was my manager at the time, said, well, he wasn't really my manager because he just was somebody that was just rolling with. He said, make a song about what you got love for, and make a song about what you don't got love for. And I was like, okay, that's cool. This is 1996. And I just went in the studio and I'm like, I got love for thug and thug misses, marijuana smoke, mo poppers and dime sippers, drug dealers, credit card counterfeiters, locked up in all of my broke. I got love for wild parties and wide bodies, sweaters by Armani, killers like John Gotti, bad women in short dresses with huge breasts, the buggy-eyed Benz with the triple headrests. It's my time to shine, you know I'm going blind. And Gillie got love for other baby moms. And what if hating on Lil Gillie was a crime? It'd be no men left here, they all get the death chair. In the top 3, but I might be the best here. Low rug beats, Timberlands, and my guess wear. This is 1996.
Right.
I don't even know how to rap. But a motherfucker just said, go in the booth and write a song about what you got love for and what you don't got love for. Okay, that's easy. I know what I got love for and what I don't got love for. And then that song is #1 on the countdown.
Right. So when you got there, was 8 Ball, MJG, was
Yes.
a few?
Yes,
Ross-
8-Ball MJG was there. Ross was there. His name was Teflon at the time. Yes.
Damn. Then you signed with Cash Money, got in the van for $200K, right?
Yep.
But you never released a song. Why?
Because this how I got signed with Cash Money. It was a show at the first Union Center, I think it was called the Wells Fargo.
Well, okay.
Right? And I was supposed to perform. Rockefeller was performing. At the time, me and Beanie and Rockefeller, Beanie Siegel, our clique and his clique had went through something. So Rockefeller made the call and got Meek off the show. Baby heard about that and was coming a few weeks later and put me on the Cash Money show. When I came out, they watching. When I'm walking off the stage, Baby say, bruh, if you want to come to Cash Money, I got an S for you, brother. At the time, I was in a contract. I still was in a contract with Tony Draper. But Tony Draper, like I said, he was like my brother. He was like an older brother. He gave me the game. So I called him. I said, yo, man, I'm trying to do this, going this way. And he said, all right, if that's the situation. He was in breach of contract, so I could have just left.
Right.
But he was so real to me that I said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I know how bad they want me. I'm going to get them to pay you as well as give me an advance to get me out of the deal. And that's what happened. So then they wanted me, so they hurry up and did the deal. After we did the deal, they wanted my publishing. But the number they was trying to give me for my publishing and the number that I was asking for was two different things.
Right.
So they never was able to get my publishing. We talking about a record label that owned everything.
Mm-hmm. So you was like, nah, I can't do that.
No. So if they got everybody else's publishing on the label, and it's like, I'm coming in, I'm from Philly. No, you can't get my publishing. So it's like, okay, put him on the back burner. He gonna break, but I'm not gonna break.
Right. So what is publishing? That means you own.
Yes.
So you own the record for.
Yeah. So if you write a record, you get a percentage of the record.
Okay.
If you don't own the publishing, you don't get no percentage of the record. So if this record plays for 20 years, 30 years, they make money for 30 years.
And you get none.
Nothing.
So they didn't want you to have any, they didn't want you to have 10%, 20%, 30% of the publishing. They wanted you to give up your entire right to the publishing.
Nothing.
Yeah, you did it right. You did right by that. What have you learned, or what did you learn, or how have you learned about the music industry?
I learned that all of that shit is fake.
Really?
Yes. All of it, that's why I don't go to no parties. Because all of it is fake. All of it is a bunch of fluff. All of it is a bunch of drunk lying to each other. Man, we gonna get together, man. This the year, baby. Yeah. I ain't even got your number. Shut up. You ain't got to lie to me no more. I'm rich. Matter of fact, I'm tracking you now, and I might buy a couple of you masters. So you ain't got to lie to me no more. I don't, see, you got to understand. I'm this motherfucker, right? They call us, right? They say, Gillie, we want to invite you to the Rock Nation brunch. I'm the nigga that said, why would I want to come? Why wouldn't you want to come? I said, you want me to keep it real with you, or you want me to lie to you?
Keep it a buck.
I said, the Rock Nation brunch ain't of nothing but Jay-Z putting a bunch of on the lawn and then going in the back door and saying, I told you I still run this shit. Give me the money.
Wow.
You think I'm letting a use my brand? Huh? See, rich shit like this.
Yeah, I see how you turn to that.
I got this shit from Russell and them. I ain't there yet. But I be seeing the rich shit like this. You know, they get a little money, they cross their legs and shit. That's all this is, man. Let's keep it real. I operate with 26 major brands. You think I don't know what branding is? Come on, we don't work from New Amsterdam Vodka, Manscaped, Harrier Razors, Roman Swipes, you name them. Mm-hmm. They come to $1 million worth of game because we move the needle. I don't let nobody allow to use my brand with their brand. What do you get from going to these parties except for a picture? I don't even smile with you if you ain't worth 500 million or more. Let's be for real. The only smiling they do is when the billionaires in the picture. Look at all these broke ass on the lawn. Come on, man. I ain't with none of that shit. I don't want to party with you. I built the way for myself. I made a way for myself. I made my own way. Me and God, man. So I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want to do nothing. I want to stay in my own world. Smoke my weed and make my content and keep kicking you asses. That's what I like to do.
The beef with you and had with Wayne, how did that come about? Was there a misunderstanding?
It was never no beef.
It was just a misunderstanding.
He disrespected me on the record. I responded. That was all. I got a lot of love for Wayne. Shout out to him, man. I'm glad.
Y'all cool now?
Yeah, I'm cool with everybody.
Don't seem like you cool with everybody.
I am. I don't have no issues with anybody.
Okay.
I'm 48 years old. I ain't got time for
you too old to
dumb
be
shit.
beefing now.
I ain't got time for the dumb shit. And I ain't got time for trying to trick a nigga out of position to make your brand look good. I ain't got time for that, man.
Okay.
I'm 48 years old, man. I got kids that graduated college, man. We trying to do great things, man. I got grandkids, man.
That's the second time in 3 days I done heard somebody say that. Master P said that on our live show the other night. He said, man, you got to be careful because people will try to trick you out of your position.
Absolutely. So I don't want to come kick it with nobody. I like to stay in my world because I understand one thing. Go 7 years back, one trying to kick it with me. Come on, man. Now I developed a lane. God said, you never gave up. These had you doing security at Ross right now, pointing to the irregular polo tees. You never gave up. Now I understand that all of them had money for years. Guess what they is? Burnt the out. I got to recharge a fresh six-pack of D batteries in my back. I'm going to run these in the hole, you hear me? Yes, in the hole. And I told y'all before, I'm coming to buy a couple of you masters. I ain't lying.
You ain't gonna do it like that, Gillie.
Crazy as shit. I'm coming to, they gonna get paid, but my family gonna eat off you for the rest of your existence and even when you ain't even here. That's my goal in life. It's too I gotta buy they masters.
You feel some type of way, huh?
No, they gonna get a shitload of money, but I wanna own your life forever. I don't want your kids to eat off this shit. I want my kids to eat off this shit because you didn't want to see me eat. So it's an even exchange. There ain't no robbery.
Even swap ain't no swindle.
You getting a shitload of money, man. I'll do some Michael Jackson shit. How much you want for that shit? Offer him 10 more million than what he want.
Wow.
Get the masters.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
The Cash Money model. Birdman, I mean, he had them all.
Yes.
I mean, he had the rap game. There was a stretch for about a decade.
Yes.
He cornered the market.
Let me tell you what I admire about Birdman. And everybody know I don't really with him like that, but I'm real. His hustle.
Okay.
Ain't no gonna out hustle him. He gonna hustle. See, that's what people don't understand. They think, oh, you gotta be the smartest person here. You gotta do is hustle. Mm-hmm. And when God think that door should open for you, he gonna open it for you.
Right.
So nobody is, you gotta understand, I was around Cash Money for 4 years, man. We used to wake up, go to the studio, hustle all day, leave, go to the club, leave the club at 2 o'clock and go back to the studio and be there at 8 in the morning. And then wake up at 1 and we right back in the studio. So the one thing I did understand from Cash Money and I did learn from Cash Money is that you gotta hustle different if you really wanna win out here.
So if you wanna be different, you gotta hustle different.
Absolutely.
But let me ask you this, Gillie. You can help me because why is it that when you get money, people always think you did something seedy, where you the Illuminati or gatekeeping. Oh, here's an overnight success. But nobody cares to know the grind or see the grind. Right. All they see is the success, right, and think it happened overnight. And I get that. I get upset because I'm like, hold on. What about the 10 years I was on CBS? Right. What about the 7 years I was on Fox? So how is that, if that's 17 years, how is it overnight?
Right.
What you see is overnight.
Right.
I saw it as a 17-year grind.
Absolutely. And that's how it is for me. You got to understand with $1 million worth of game. I was giving out $1 million worth of game in 2012. Wallo didn't come home to 2017. So every day I would wake up and get a youth game. Let me give y'all $1 million worth of game, even when the videos was 15 seconds.
Right.
I would give them something they could hold on to.
You get $1 million a game when it's only $5.
Right. That's
How did you come up with that name, $1 million worth of game?
Well, that was always one of my sayings. Like, it's a video of me, Meek, and Black De Niro in the studio in 2009. And I said, I give you $1 million worth of game for free, y'all just don't be listening. I got an album called $1 million worth of game that I dropped in 2015. So that's always been one of my sayings, because I always felt like I be giving game and they don't be listening. You know what I mean? And so when I decided to get a youth game, I said, man, let me give them some game where as though they could, it's raw and uncut, but they'd be able to digest it.
Right. Man, you have a lot of disagreement with people, man.
Oh, shit.
Why you have a disagreement with everybody?
Who I had a disagreement with?
You had a little temporary disagreement with J. Hove. You had a little disagreement with Bird. You had a disagreement with Wayne. You had a disagreement with Ross. You had a different, I mean, damn, Meek.
No, I never had a disagreement with Meek. That's always been.
No, I said Meech.
Oh, what Meech?
Big Meech.
I ain't had no disagreement with Big Meech.
No, not Big. My bad. But you did have a with Ross.
Yeah.
Why Ross? Ross cool. I like Ross.
Okay. Can I explain what happened?
You can.
Okay. I'm at Jackson State.
Okay.
I'm in the locker room. Wallo's in there talking to Prime. Wallo running the locker room. He say, yo, Wayne here. Man, go holler at that cuz. We need to get that on the podcast. I say, where he at? He in there with Prime. I walk up. I see Wayne. He in here talking to Prime, though. What's up? Wayne go. I walk out, standing right out here. Wait for him to come out to holler. He in there talking to Prime. I ain't. The process, I called Jermaine over. Mac, man, come here, man. Yo, what's up, man? I'm trying to get him on the pocket. Yeah, you know you and Wayne had itch. Man, that shit the past, man. Ain't nobody worrying about that shit, man. But, all right, I got to holler at him and see. Okay, cool. He say, where Wayne at? They say, Wayne left. Mac May say, where he go? They looking at Mac May like, nigga, we don't know where he went. He left. Mac May say, okay, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. So now I'm doing an interview with TMZ. They asked me about Wayne. I said, I don't really talk about that shit no more. They say, well, have you ever seen him? I say, damn, that's crazy y'all asked me that.
Right.
I just seen him last week at Jackson State.
Okay.
He said, how that went? I said, I shook his hand, and then, Wayne got out of there.
Yeah, he did.
I never said I pressed the nothing. I actually said I'm trying to get the on the podcast.
Right.
What happened was Mac Main posted a video of me saying Wayne dipped, posted a video of me and Wayne shaking hands, and then me turning around and walking out like I was frauding or something. And I'm like, Mac, you know what happened. You was there. You was the one that said he left. So I didn't even respond to that shit. I'm just like, what's the I never said I was pressing the nigga.
Right.
I said I was trying to get an interview from the nigga.
Right.
And Ross was in the comments. These is fake.
Talking about you and Wallo was fake?
Yes. That's how that started.
But you and Ross cool now?
I mean, I seen Ross at the concert, at Meek concert. He didn't have nothing to say. And then I seen his homie, and his homie introduced himself and said he was a real.
Wow.
And I said, if you a real, what the am I, a superhero? And
that was it.
That was it, yeah.
I think y'all can get together and handle that.
There ain't no beef. I don't got no beef with nobody. I don't have no beef with nobody. I stay in my world, Shannon.
Yeah.
I do me. I don't with nobody. I don't bother nobody. There's plenty of guys out here on the internet disrespecting, talking crazy. I can't even take these guys for real, Shannon. I can't take these because who talk about that they don't know?
See, that's why I like you.
I can't take no for real. Just talk. If I never met you, how could I have something negative to say about you, man?
Period.
I don't know you, man. So
and why do I care?
Right. There's a bunch of guys out here that's clout chasing and do shit for views, and I pay them no mind, man. God ain't gonna bless you trying to come up off the back of another. Man, you ain't gonna get no blessings like that.
$1 million worth of game. You say you started like, hey, telling the young homies that I got $1 million worth of game. Just listen.
God, it's attention, motivation, and education.
Because come home.
Yep.
He's been, reading up, understanding, marketing, all this other stuff, of how to run a business. You got to ask, he said, let's do a pod.
Yep.
How did it come together where you like, you know what, cuz, let's do this, shoot for the stars?
Well, $1 million worth of game was already so big, just the brand, me giving out the game, that people already was asking me, Gillie, you need a podcast, you need a YouTube channel, you need this. I didn't know what a podcast was. And then just to be honest, when I went and looked at a podcast, not saying no names, I was like, who the would watch this? This is the driest shit. This is Canada Dry. I didn't understand.
I said the same thing.
Right.
When they got, I didn't know what a podcast was. I'm like, I'm on TV.
Right.
Why do I want to do extra in my off time?
Right.
Do something that's similar to TV.
And then Wallo sent me an article that said Spotify allocates $421 million to podcasts in the first quarter. And I said, the first quarter is January to April. 400, nigga, what? Break that microphone out. Right fucking now. You get in the first podcast we did, I think went to #2 in the world behind Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And it was on.
No looking back.
No looking back.
Wow. What's been some of your craziest moments on your pod?
The first craziest moment was me and Wallo fighting. That was early on. That was wild. Had to give him some tinted windows and shit. Tint his shit up.
Who's the older?
Me, I'm older.
You older?
Yeah. I used to watch that nigga in the tub, man. He used to shit in the tub all the time, man. Nigga, his bowels was bad.
He loose?
Loose, man. Loose as a kid, man. But Lil Durk was one, going to Chicago to the gutter. Kodak Black going to the projects, being in the projects 2 o'clock in the morning. Young Thug. You know what I mean? Because to have the conversation that we had with Young Thug and not even know that he was about to go through any of that shit he went through, that was like, you know what I mean? And then the baby, because the baby, in the society we live in, he said something that, quote unquote, he wasn't supposed to say, and the world turned their back on him.
Wow.
And he called us and said, would y'all interview me? And we said, why wouldn't we interview you? We not like the rest of the world. We don't give a We understand that people make mistakes. We human, man.
Right.
I made a bunch of mistakes in my life, man. And God forgave me. Or I wouldn't be in this position I'm in. I'd probably be in jail. So we not judging you. And the difference between us, we built our podcast around the youth, the owners of tomorrow. And we don't talk at you, we talk to you. It's a difference. So we said, come on, we're gonna embrace you during the hardest times of your life. Tory Lanez, same thing. We're gonna embrace you and everybody else, they stay as far away from you. We're not gonna treat you like that because we understand that people make mistakes. Wallo made a mistake, cost him 20 years of his life, but now he's the cultural advisor at YouTube.
Yep.
He was the CEO at Reform. He got one of the fastest growing clothing lines in the world. So we understand that second chances is prevalent, that a lot of people, that's all they ever need is a second chance. That's all he ever needed was a second chance to show he was great.
Right.
So we don't judge, and we understand that people make mistakes, and we the platform that say you made a mistake, but we gonna give you an outlet to say, I f***ed up. Players f***ed up too.
Right.
I f***ed up. But don't judge me by a mistake that I made, because everybody, if you was judged by every mistake you made, come on.
Yeah,
man.
we're not here.
You made a mistake when you was on that camera grunt.
There you go. See how I'm getting. See how
I said, damn, Shannon look like he in the best shape of his life, but he sound like he out of shape. He was in there grunting like a.
There you go, Gillie. See, have you had any surprise?
See how good he is of a.
What you want me to do, Gillie?
He got right off of that. So when you
Gillie's over. I mean, that was. You know, I don't move past that. But I had a crisis team. We handled that.
At least you owned up to it.
Yeah, I mean,
wasn't nobody believing you accidentally went on live. You got to take 6 steps.
But hey, all I'm trying to say is that, think about it. I've never been on live before. So you mean the very first time that I'm on live, that's what I'm gonna put out there.
All right.
The very first
I ain't gonna
time.
lie to you. You sound like you put a little work in, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Are you surprised because you had a former NFL player on the podcast and he revealed that his girlfriend had cheated on him with Meek? Did you know that prior to him coming on?
No.
Had you known that, would you have brought him on?
Yes. Because at the end of the day, let's be for real, bro. Probably 95% of the men in the world been cheated on before.
Yeah, they just don't know it.
They just don't know it.
Right.
And if they do know it, a lot of them, they forgive the woman anyway.
Right.
So, you know, me, I thought it was real that he shared that story. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, listen, man, they get out on the habits of the best of us.
Yes. And plus, look, most guys like pretty much the same type of woman.
Right.
If you go back and look at athletes, football, baseball, basketball, whatever the sport is, and look at the type of woman, that's why, man, why these guys like the same woman? Why they gotta, you like what you like,
Right.
and they're in that circle.
Right.
That type of woman, young woman,
Right.
whatever the case may be, they're around that.
Right.
The athletes are around that.
Right.
I mean, when you're in Whole Foods, you go to get stuff that, you know, don't have non-GMO,
Right.
don't have pesticide.
Right.
It is what it is,
Right.
Gillie. But unless you're in that world, people outside of that world don't understand it.
Right.
And so that's what I tell them. Like, man, Sharpe, why they? I say, bro, when you go somewhere, those are the women that you see.
Right. And a lot of people don't understand. Like, they be like, oh, such and such, she messed with him, and him. That's the only people. That's at all events that she
Yes.
has. That's the only world she
Right.
in. She don't be around too many regular.
Right.
So, but they don't understand. A lot of celebrities are sheltered,
Right.
and the only time you get out and about is when you're around other celebrities.
Correct.
So who are you gonna mess with?
Those celebrities. You've had some of the, I mean, $1 million worth of game, you've had some of the biggest rappers, some of the biggest entertainers on your platform. How do you go about to secure your guests? How do you get them?
Oh, we call them. We reach out personally. You know what I mean? Yo, bro, I'd like to get you on the show, bro. You want to come bust it up, chop some game up? You know, we have some that respond. We have some that don't respond. And, you know, we don't take it personally.
Would you DM them?
DM them fast. DM Drake. We need you on the show. DM LeBron. Need you on the show. Fortunately, Drake and LeBron both responded back. So, you know, hopefully we'll get them soon. But I'm not operating off no
I'm
ego.
gonna block your ass. You ain't DM me.
No, we got you.
Nope.
I did DM.
How you gonna DM Drake and LeBron before me?
I DM'd you. You just ain't see that motherfucker. You got all them tenders in there. Look. They heard y'all in the room. They got all them tenders in there. Heard you in there grunting.
No, they had.
They said, we want a little of the grizzly bear.
You recently sat down with Kodak Black about his drug use. How difficult is it to have a conversation like that with someone you see the potential, so much ability, and you're kind of like throwing it all away?
We just sat down with him, you know what I mean? And it wasn't necessarily about drug use or drug abuse. It was just necessarily about reminding him, because you gotta understand, these young men, I don't want to say kids, they kids to me because they're young enough to be my kids, but these young men who are millionaires, they living in the moment.
Right.
They in the moment, they don't always understand how important they are. So it just be us to remind them that, yo, you know you that right? You know what you mean out here, right? Okay, you see what they did to Dirk, right? You see what they did to Young Thug, right? You know you ain't exempt. So come on, Neff. We not trying to throw this shit away.
Right.
We not trying to, God, he anointed you to be one of the special ones. Out of all the that you grew up with, how many people was in your position? So come on, Neff. We gonna take advantage of this. We not gonna take none of this shit for granted. And that's our job, to let him know that you special, bro. Because everybody around you, more than likely, is a yes man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know you're special, Neff, but don't this up, Neff, because you already been to jail. You know what this shit about.
Right.
I'm not here to stroke your ego, man. I'm here to let you know that, Neff, you special. And if you this up, you know who the idiot is? You, Neff. And they receptive to that shit because, like I said, we ain't talking at him, we talking to him.
Kodak revealed that he did as many 100 pills a day. Why do you think it's so hard for guys to come into this sum of money, this fame, this praise, this adulation, and then resort? Maybe they had these issues and they got clean. They were able to do enough to get in this position to release a record or do something. Why do you think it's so hard for them to stay on the straight and narrow again?
You gotta understand, right? We taking kids straight out the projects, right? Straight out the gutter, straight out the streets. And then, bam, he got a shitload of money. You talk about a kid that went from having zero responsibilities, zero, to bam, now you got 10 responsibilities. Feel what I'm saying? You don't, it sometimes it happens so quick that you don't always even know how to deal with that shit. You just I just went from nobody asking me for nothing to now every time
Every conversation
anybody
is about
getting
something.
a jam, they asking me for something. Now you start to feel like playing me, am I being too nice? Am I not being generous enough? Am I, it's just a bunch of shit. You got family members that they feel entitled. They feel like you owe them shit. They feel like you wasn't even around during my whole journey of coming up. But now I owe you. So the difficulties of coming from the ghetto, and I like to say this a lot of times, right? A lot of times, what be the difference between white parents and black parents?
What's that?
White parents, they see their kid win, and a lot of times they already been successful in life. They got good credit, they got their house, they got
their nice car, so they're not expecting anything.
They're not expecting anything. You try to buy them a nice car, they like, Billy, I got a Bronco. You worry about you, Billy. Don't do it.
Right.
You a black family, everybody made it. Now you gotta buy your sister a car, your mama a house, your mama a car, your two brothers a car. For you even do anything for yourself, you already $1 million in the hole. Now, you gotta help them maintain the shit that you bought them that they can't afford.
Yep.
So now you bought your sister the Benz, now she need brakes, them $3,000. She can't afford the brakes, so now she done rolled the rotors off them. Now it's $8,000.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
So
you got to get them something they can upkeep.
So now everything is coming back to you. You like, damn, wait, hold on. I did this, I put y'all in this, I did y'all this, this shit's still coming back to me.
Right.
Then it's cool when the money's pouring in.
What happens when it stops?
Because, I just got 150 tonight, I'm getting 150 tomorrow, I'm getting, don't worry about it, I sent it. But when that shit slow up, now is an issue.
Yes.
It's like, I've been doing this shit for 3 years, 4 years. Y'all ain't established nothing yet. Sounds like we never knew we had to establish nothing. You had everything.
Wow.
So a lot of these kids is going through, and then when you got them ghetto moms, oh Lord.
You mentioned you had Thug on before the trial or any of this transpired.
Right.
Why do you think it's so hard to separate rap from street life at times?
I mean, the rap come from the streets.
But the objective is to get out, not to get out and go back.
But when we first rapping, all we rapping about is what we know. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and then a lot of times it don't even be the rapper. A lot of times it be the that's around the rappers.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, if I don't rap, Shannon, right? How else am I gonna prove that I'm down for you other than when we got some beef and it's time to do something to it? I can't show my worth. Other than that, I'm just a hang around. I'm dying for you to go through some shit so I could bust some heads open so I could say, you see how I ride for you? Because I don't bring any value to the table other than that. Other than that, I'm just a hang around in the studio now.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm dying for somebody to with you, because I'm dying to show you not only how I ride for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way they can show you. A lot of times you don't even want to ride. He done did some dumb shit and then I shot at them. You like, nigga, what? Nigga, in the car that got this in my name.
You had a viral interview with Lil Durk. Unfortunately, he's in jail right now. But Wallo tearing up telling Lil Durk, bro, don't retaliate.
He and that nigga was scared. That nigga was scared for our life because they got a bunch of guns in here. Oh my God. Y'all ain't gotta do this. Stop bitching, nigga. Stop bitching, straighten up, tighten up here. They ain't doing nothing to us.
But, I mean, he's like, because Wallo forgave the man that took his brother's life.
My cousin, Steve.
Yes,
Rest
and he
in peace
said
to
that Wallo is very close to his grandmother, called her Nana.
Yes.
And his brother, Steve, his brother that got shot, he died in an arm.
Nanny arms, yes.
In the doorway.
Yes.
And he forgave him. He said, I had to let this pain, I had to let this burden go.
Yes.
He said, I had to.
Yes. He had to because Steve got kids out here. And Steve got responsibilities out here. So if you come home on some crash dummy shit and you die or go to jail, how does that benefit anything that Steve had?
Right.
You know what I mean? He already lost his life to the streets. So for it to be a continuing cycle, it just don't make no sense. And I'm glad that, because it would have been easy for him to come home and do what everybody expected him to do.
Right.
But he came home and he did what nobody expected him to do. And that's why he's being great right now.
You Muslim?
Yes.
How long?
My whole life.
Really?
My name's Farad Nasir. That's my real government name.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that. How the hell do you get the name Gillie?
My mom's name is Gilda, and my mom is one of the craziest that you would ever meet. So growing up, I was always Lil Gillie.
Okay.
Like, yo, this Lil Gillie. Like, just be excited. Like, I never knew why. This Lil Gillie, hey, Lil Gillie. Man, go $20 to do my mom do that? Everybody's always happy to see me. Like, but my mom was always well known and well respected. So I always was Lil Gil. So by the time I got older, that just was,
It stuck.
that's Lil Gil.
How many people know your government name besides your very, very close?
Nobody. Everybody called me Gillie, man. You know what I mean?
Because when you go to advertise and sponsors, they call you Gillie.
They call me Gillie. Absolutely.
Mr. Gillie.
Yes. And even if they knew my real name, they gonna f it up. Farad Nasir. Damn, you thought that was a real name, Farad Nasir?
You had King Von on your pod before he tragically lost his life. Where were you when you got the news, and what were you thinking? Like, damn, I had young blood.
It was like a week later. I think maybe a few days later, maybe. And the only thing that was stuck in my head was a line that he said on the podcast. He said, Gillie, shit don't even be that deep, Gillie. But us young guys don't know how to talk to each other. And that just stuck with me because it was like, only if young guys took the chance to talk to each other, they would realize that, bro, I really don't even want to be beefing with you. I don't want to be beefing with you either. I like your music. I like your music. But they never even get a chance to talk to each other.
Is it something you got ego where I got to prove something?
Well, you know, this generation that's out now is totally different from my generation. My generation in the culture, we looked up to the hustlers. We looked up to somebody that was getting money, somebody that was doing better than you because it just appeared that, damn, that's what I want to be. This generation, they made the shooter popular. The shooter in our generation was always the lowest form of a street. It was the who life didn't matter because he's a crash dummy. He's going to die out here anyway.
Right.
So, but this generation made the shooter popular to where as though he don't have no money, he has nothing going on for himself, but he shoots.
Right.
And he's popular. And his gun actually costs more than his bankroll.
Right.
This kid got a $700 gun on him, but he got $100 to his name. So, you know, this generation really f***ed up where they made the shooter the popular guy, and it just doesn't make no sense.
Where are you on the snitching culture?
I mean, I just believe if you jump in those streets and that's what you choose to do, I just believe you should stand on that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I've never believed that you should jump in the streets and then something go wrong and you should decide to tell on somebody.
Right.
Now, if that lady right there, I don't believe that she's ever been in the streets.
No.
If she saw a crime go down, she should absolutely tell what the she's seen go down.
Right.
She's a citizen. But if you're in the streets and you grew up in a certain culture and then you get caught.
You get jammed up.
You get jammed up and you like, wait, I'm going to tell on the person that had more drugs than me because I got caught. Me personally, I don't agree with that because I just think that you chose to be in that world. And when you choose something, you should understand the consequences of what you've chosen. And I would never tell on anybody when I chose to be in a certain world that I chose to be in. That's just me.
You said something very interesting. You said a lot of times these guys have friends around them, and they've been with these guys their entire life.
Right.
And a lot of these guys are what we call yes men, and they tell you what you want to hear, and not what you need to know.
Right.
And how difficult is it? Because I'm pretty sure you pretty much got the same circle of friends. People that knew Gillie from the jump, they still cool with Gillie because when Gillie didn't have anything, they was there. Gillie got something now, they're still there. They haven't switched up on you. You haven't switched up on them. How difficult is it for people that come from this and us, come from what we come from, to distance ourselves from that situation?
It'd be very hard, but that sometimes be the hardest for people because you know, you feel like I came up and, you know, not necessarily they brought any value to me, but they just was around me. But you got to understand also that if value don't bring value to value, then it devalue.
Then what
value.
is it?
It devalue everything. So, and you got to understand, if I'm an artist and I go on the road and I got 15 hang around, that's 15 people I got to feed.
And put up.
And when I go to the store now, when I go buy a jacket and they picking up the jacket, now I end up buying 15 jackets. And they not really bringing no value to what I got going on. And that's how you go broke.
Yes.
So if you understand life and
But you notice that. You say that's how you go broke. Now when we make the money, we made money. We go broke, man. You went broke.
You went broke. You feel what I'm saying? So if you smart, you got to understand that I can't do everything for everybody. And I got to put myself first and what's my responsibilities first in life. Because if I go broke, who's taking care of my responsibilities? Nobody.
Nobody. Gillie, why do you think rappers are so successful at podcasts? You got Joe, Nor, Cam, and Mace. And it seems like a lot of these guys are transitioning out of music.
Right.
Why do you think rappers have been able to do so well? Yourself, like I said, Joe B, Nor, Cam, and Mace. Why have they been so successful?
I mean, rapping is just a form of talking, expression. And if you have personality and you're able to express yourself, and you're intelligent enough to hold a conversation, and intelligent enough to understand that it also has to be some humor in there, it has to be some, then you can make it happen. Joe he has his own type of dry, but, sense of humor that, people like. Cam, he has his sense of humor, Mace, and we have our sense of humor, so. And we speak, and we also got years in the game, so we got knowledge on it, so we're able to speak on things and tell stories and things that we've been through that, maybe other people are not able to do.
Right. Cam and Mace, they thank you for bringing you and Wallo for bringing Cam and Mace back together again.
Yes.
What does that mean? How did that make you feel? Because I guess they, at one point in time, they were cool, and then they kind of went their separate ways, and they're back together, got a top podcast, doing extremely well.
Well, for me, it makes me feel extremely proud, because I'm like, y'all brothers, you two brothers was friends as kids. And for me, it's just always like this. If we was friends as kids when we didn't have nothing, how were we gonna be?
How we fall out and we got
friends?
everything.
Right. And then honestly, it's all about talking, like King Von said. And all we did was bring Mace on the show, and he expressed like, Gillie, I used to wear Cameron sneaks. Like I was up. Like Cameron, I used to wear Cameron's clothes. And that's what hurt me the most, is that me and my brother is not as close as we used to be. And that's all it took. Cam watched the interview, and now Cam comes on and expressed that I really miss Mace as well.
Right.
And then next thing you know, they call each other. And then next thing you know, they
got a pod together.
Get $30 million.
Right. Okay. Now you got Cam, Mace, and you got Jim Jones.
Yes.
And I think it was Jim that Mace said that, hey, I taught Jim how to rap.
Right.
Jim said he taught him how to rap.
Right.
What's the collision now?
I mean, at the end of the day, I see Jim and I see Cam going through it, and Wallo wrote him a letter on the gram, and pretty much asked him, whatever y'all going through, because it ain't really worth it.
No, it's not that.
We all winning. Jim's winning. He's doing his thing. He's still doing his thing in music. Cam is winning. He's doing his thing with the podcast. He's winning in life. So, it's not that serious.
That photo on IG, on internet.
You know that shit ain't real. I already know what you talking about.
I'm just
Kelly, nigga, you know that ain't real.
I mean, y'all hanging a lot.
Ain't hugging me like that.
Oh, okay. But of all the people, how they put you in?
Photoshop that shit.
Wallo did you like that?
He give me like that, man. Paul R, my man, I've been to his house. He's a great artist, made great music. And I really with him. I don't have nothing bad to say about R. I don't know what you did. I don't, that has nothing to do with me. But every time we was in each other's presence, he was a good dude.
Right. But I look, and I understand that what he accused of doing, what he got convicted of. But I believe you can separate the two.
Yeah.
The man made incredible music.
Yes, he did.
Now the person you might not like what the person did.
Right.
But that doesn't take away from the music that he produced.
Right.
Or that he made.
Right. Because
am I wrong for saying it?
No, you're not wrong. Because when I listen to "I Believe I Can Fly,"
yeah,
I just don't think about him pissing on nobody. I'm like, what's Fiesta? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the brokest you've ever been?
I'm broke. I'm broken and broke. Broke.
That's why you had to get the strap and run up on people.
I was broken and broke.
When you laying up in your big crib now, you sit back and you look at the finance, you're like, damn. Did you ever thought it'd be this good?
No.
In your wildest imagination.
No, you know what? I thought I would have money. I ain't gonna lie about that.
That's a different type of money.
Yeah.
This is Gillie. This is different type
I
of
never
money.
thought that I would make this type of money off of being myself.
Okay.
I never in a million years imagined some shit like that.
Right.
Like, bro, you sit here and you be you.
Yes.
You don't have to do anything extra but be.
Me?
And to make this type of money,
Yeah.
that's unbelievable. So I never thought that it would be this way. I can't say that. I always thought that I would end up where I needed to be.
Right.
But I never thought it would just be me being myself.
I see, every time I turn around, I see Wallo pull up in something new. He's like, hey, as a matter of fact, while you talking, I might go get something new tomorrow.
He ain't lying either. I'll be low key like, motherfucker, like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. You got a side hustle? I know how much we making, but damn, you got a side hustle?
No, I'll be like, what you trying to go broke? What the
What is the best part? And what I tell people for me, when people are like, Shannon, what's the best part about having money? I said, money gives us the ability to do things for my family that if I didn't have it, I wouldn't be able to do. Because that's the most important thing to me. Because I don't really buy. I buy some but
look at me, man. I don't look like I buy shit because I don't. Every day you see me on Instagram, every day you see me on social media, I got a sweatsuit on. But my daughter got a truck that she really wanted. You know?
G-Wagon?
No, she wanted a Rubicon.
A Jeep?
Yes, Jeep Wrangler. My other daughter got a BMW.
Okay. You know, they have G-Wagons in Jersey.
Yeah, my other daughter, she want a BMW truck. She got that. My grandkids, they don't have to ask for nothing. You know, I lost a son out here who has a son.
Yeah.
So me being able to just be there for my grandson,
yes.
and you know, make sure that he's not missing nothing.
Right.
You know, that's what's important to me, man. I don't really give a fuck about nothing else in life.
What's the best purchase that you've made?
My wife's wedding ring.
You got a new one? Because I know at the time that you got married,
yeah.
that thing about to cost like $40.
Yeah, my wife's wedding ring.
You got a big one, huh?
Flawless shit.
Flawless? Deep flawless?
They had to fly that from Africa.
What?
I wasn't playing no games. You hear me? Ooh. But she deserves it, though.
Yes.
You know, and when we did, you know, tattoos, so it would always be forever, but I'm like, no, this really gonna crush her heart to a different level. When she saw that come out the box.
She had to put a welder's mask on.
Lip, you know, when that lip starts shaking.
What's your worst purchase? Have you purchased anything that you like, hey, why did I buy this?
Yes, all my Rolexes and cars.
You a car guy in Philly?
Old school, yes.
Oh, okay, you like old school.
I got old school, bunch of old school cars, but other than that, I really don't buy anything. You know what I mean? And I love my cars.
Right.
So I wouldn't really even say that was a bad purchase.
Right.
I just.
You and Wallo gave each other a gift.
Yeah. Well, every year I throw a big party for him that costs a shitload of money.
I ain't got invited, see?
You invited this year, you know what I mean, for sure. You know, I ain't had no number on you, though. You
see,
know what I mean? And I know you're working. You got 11 shows and shit.
I turn it over to CJ. CJ can handle it for a while, for a day.
I know you're working, the busiest man in show business. You hear me? But I throw him a big party every year because one time he forgot about his birthday. He was in jail. He didn't even know it was his birthday. Wow. So, and he's never been celebrated. So every year I celebrate it where I make open bar, everything's free, and people just had the time of their life.
What's your best investment?
My best investment was $1 million worth of game. Buying all of the 17 cameras we got and the studio house, and that was my best investment.
Now you're in the boxing game.
Yes.
Well, actually, you got your hat in a lot of things.
Yes.
But so now, is being a promoter, is that what you want to do?
I mean, I just like providing opportunity for people. You know, we did the first boxing match, then we had Meatball on there. She went viral. Then Zeus Network picked her right up, and then now she's on her second season going into Zeus Network. So we just like to give people opportunity and try to make some stars out of it.
You had a boxing thing, and I think shots were allegedly fired, and you end up having to kick people out?
No, what happened was the Delaware police was on some bullshit.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of a live stream, right? Oh, yeah, you hit someone with a body shot. Oh, I get a tap on the shoulder. It's the chief of police, and it's my assistant. My assistant, Des. And she's like, they're shutting it down. It's over. It's like not even halfway through the. I'm like, what? I take the headphones off. Shut it down. They're shooting at the police outside. I said, what? Now, you gotta understand, we don't even bring that type of crowd.
Right.
So now, I'm on the side of the police now.
Right.
Some came to my event and shot at the police. I'm losing my mind. I get up, I walk to the front, I'm talking to nothing we can do, it's over. I said, listen, I have a live stream going on right now that thousands on top of thousands of people paid for. You mean to tell me it's nothing we can do? He say, if I let the live stream continue, you gotta kick all the people out of the stands. I said, but the people in the stands didn't do anything. Right. This was the people outside. If, like I said, if you want this live stream that you got going to continue, the people in the stands got to leave. So I go in the ring. I'm mad because I'm under the impression that somebody shot at the police outside, and as black people, that's on all of us.
Right.
That we would come to an event. Mm-hmm. We gave out $4.5 million in the city of Philadelphia to minority businesses, and y'all would come to my event and shoot at the cops. So now I'm on one. Mm-hmm. Everybody get the out of here. After I kicked everybody out and we're sitting there waiting to start the live stream, they said, no, Gillie, they made a mistake. They wasn't shooting at the police. They were shouting at the police. I said, what? Because this makes no sense.
Right.
Why would you come at me when I'm in the middle of a live stream and tell me it's over? This was, when I looked up, they said it's over, it's done, it's done. We shutting the building down, this the last round. Because somebody was shouting at the police outside. That don't make sense, Shannon. That don't make sense. Y'all said them people was shooting at the police.
Right.
So now I got a problem with the Delaware Police Department. Right. And I'm losing my mind on the Delaware Police Department because I paid you guys $14,000 for 4 hours worth of work. And y'all tried to pull a fast one, saying somebody was outside shooting when they wasn't. So that was the issue I had with the police department in Delaware. And I stand on that they're the worst police department in the United States of America. I stand on that shit.
Well, since you in the fight game, it's been reported that Canelo and Terrence Crawford, it goes back and forth. It's Canelo and Jake Paul. It's Canelo and Bud.
Yes.
It's Bud and this. So, if this fight's, let's just say for the sake of argument, the fight is going to happen, Canelo and Bud. Mm-hmm. Who you like in this fight?
Canelo.
Why? Because Bud had to move up 3 classes?
Yes. And in the history of boxing, I've never seen anybody move up 2 classes and be successful.
Well, Roy did.
I mean, but not in one jump, not in one leap.
Right, you're right.
It was here, right. Light, heavyweight, fight a few fights, right. Okay, heavyweight. Mm-hmm. We talking about he just fought 147 one fight ago. Right. And then you gonna fight at 168?
Yeah. Did he fight his last fight at 54?
Yes, just one fight
right.
though.
And so now he'd go from 54 to 60 to 68.
Right.
And then he doesn't have a rehydration clause, so Canelo might be 180. 185, 190.
190.
Right. Do you think he thinks he can outbox Canelo?
I think he can outbox Canelo too until he get hit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. You gonna go a whole fight without getting hit, and you fighting Canelo Alvarez?
No. You and Mike Tyson are friends. How did you meet Mike?
I met Mike just out and about a few times, and we have somebody that Champ Shadim that we both know that is like, you know.
Since you're a boxing aficionado, give me your four GOAT boxers. Any division, any era.
Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's an 8-division world champion.
8 division. What, he went from 106, 112 all the way up to 154?
Right. So that's my GOATs.
I like that. Give me your top 4 boxers currently.
Bud.
Okay.
Canelo. Inoue.
Okay, I like him.
And
Usyk.
you could put Usyk in there. Or you could put my nephew in there, who's a 4-division weight champion, 4-time champion, 2-division weight champion. That means you're a Hall of Famer, Cool Boy Steph, Stephen Fulton. But yeah, you could throw him in there too.
Okay.
Just beat my guy. How
did you become such a boxing fan?
Well,
is it Philly?
Philly is a
thing?
boxing, yeah, Philly is a boxing city, man. You grow up in Philly, you got to learn how to rumble, man. You don't get your ass whipped.
That's Kronk's in Philly, isn't it?
Yes. No, Kronk ain't in Philly.
It's in Detroit?
Yeah, that's Detroit, I believe. Schuler's is in Philly.
Is that where did Frazier fight out of?
Joe Frazier gym.
Okay.
Yeah, he throwed out of Joe Frazier's.
So you got to be able to bang if you're gonna be.
You're gonna be Philly. You gotta be able to rumble, baby.
As a rapper, Drake, Kendrick. If Drake would have just let it go, like, hey, bro, I'm done with this. Boom, let it go. Would we have gotten to where we got with this beef, with this back and forth?
Well, at the end of the day, all the whole industry came at Drake at one time.
Yeah, why? I think Drake put so many of them on.
Let me just tell you something. What? Anytime, let's be for real.
Yeah.
All the motherfuckers got money.
Yes.
This is what we talking about.
Okay.
What is it ever to beefing over some bitches?
Right.
Had to be about some bitches. You know Drake. Come on, man. Drake slaying them and spraying them and putting bitches all on the plane, man.
Yeah.
What else we got to beef about? Other than some hoes, man.
But you ain't got to come at me that hard. Just give me a little body blow.
Man, you got to understand, man.
I mean,
you got to understand, most beefs in America was started about a woman.
Yes.
That's
sure.
just...
I mean, but this is all time. I mean, you go back and look at I Hit 'Em Up with Tupac, No Vaseline. I mean, there's been some great... This one up there now, Gillie.
Yeah.
They're going to be talking about this for a minute.
But what I'm saying is, bro, it's only a rap battle. That's all it is. Jay-Z lost to Nas.
That man won 5 Grammys off that.
But you think he a bigger artist than Drake?
No.
So why does it matter? You lost a rap battle. That's like LeBron James losing the NBA Finals. You be cool next year. You be back. Even with him, even if you look at the streams now,
yes,
right? Even with him winning 5 Grammys, his streams they still don't match Drake's streams.
Yeah, Drake just did 1 billion. 1 billion. He's the quickest to do 1 billion streams on this new thing.
So at the end of the day, Kendrick's great, Drake's great. This is a rap battle, man.
Ego got a little bruised though, man. Dang, you ain't had to do it like that.
Let me just tell you something. That's all in Drake's mind then.
Okay.
You can't bruise my ego. I got my own plane, man. I'm about to hop on my plane, man. My ego. I'll buy a new one. Do me a favor. Take 30 million, go get me an ego. What the are we talking about? Ego? Imagine if Jay-Z ego was destroyed.
Right.
He would have never been able to bounce back. You can't, this is a rap battle, it's nothing more than that. Okay, you got
the wax and that's it.
You got the best of me on Tuesday.
Right. Jess Hilarious took a shot at your Gillie song.
Oh, what's Jess say? She was just at my Airbnb yesterday too.
Well, she called it corny that you were eating chicken and licking your fingers in the video. That's basically it. That was nothing.
Well, I could say a lot of things that I thought Jess did was corny.
Oh, there you go. We go move.
I love Jess
No,
hilarious, so I'm not going to do that. I think Jess is hilarious.
You got grandkids now.
Yes, 3 of them.
What's it like being a papa?
It's the best thing in the world, man. That shit warmed my heart, man. But it warmed, you want to know what's so crazy, and this shit sounds funny? It warms my heart even more than my own kids when they were younger.
You'll let your grandkids get away with stuff you never let your kids get away with.
And when I was younger, I was more in the mix. Right. I was more trying to chase my dreams. I was more, now I'm just like, I'm kicking it with my grandkids. Like, you know, I never really had that opportunity with my kids when they were younger because I had goals and shit and accomplishments that I was trying to achieve.
Right.
Now, I'm not really,
you ain't chasing it like that.
I'm not chasing it like that. And with my grandkids, it's just the best time ever, man. It's the best shit ever.
You lost a son.
Yes.
What do you want your son's cheese memory to be?
More than his memory, right? I want the youth to understand how important life is. Mm-hmm. And how fast your life could be taken from you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As far as his memories, I'ma always keep his name alive because that's my son, and I feel as though he should have been burying me and not me burying him. But it's more a lesson to the youth of tomorrow ain't promised. So you gotta understand that dumb shit you out here doing and you intertwining with, you could lose your life at any moment. And losing your life don't only affect you. It affect your parents. It affect if you got a child. It affect all the people that really love you and care about you because a lot of times these youth, these youngers, they don't respect life because they ain't got a chance to live life yet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not never gonna sugarcoat shit. I was struggling with my son, trying to get him to out the streets. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat none of that shit. We didn't even have the best relationship when he passed because he wanted to be a street and I didn't believe in that shit. I didn't subscribe to that shit. So my message is for the youth is that go ahead and do something that's beneficial to you, man. The streets ain't beneficial to you. The streets don't love nobody. If you could show me the drug dealer with the big house on the hill, I congratulate you. If you could show me 10 successful drug dealers, you could tell me 10 street, I'm gonna show you 9 that's gonna tell. So all of this shit is a myth. That's what I want them to know. And it ain't even about cheese no more. It's about saving some other lives that think this shit is more than what it is. I can't do nothing for cheese. Cheese is gone. So all I can do is the things that I believe in Islamically, buying a wishing well over here, getting a well over here, doing something for somebody that's less fortunate because I believe that helps my son and Jenna. But other than that, it ain't about cheese no more. Cheese ain't here. It's about me saving somebody else's life and letting them know that you can die out here. Somebody will blow your brains out playing out here and thinking this shit is not serious when it is. So what do you want to do? Do you want to live life? You want to be here for your parents, or you want to subscribe to this fake ass street shit and get the melon knocked out, get the seeds knocked out your watermelon? Because that's all that's going to happen. Because it ain't no successful drug dealers out here. It's not no successful criminals out here. No, they die and they go to jail. So if you want to be in jail for the rest of your life, that's cool. If you want to get the seeds knocked out your melon, that's cool. But I'm here to tell you that's what's going to happen. It ain't even about cheese no more.
I had a conversation with Wallo And Wallo was the one that broke the news to you that your son had passed. You remember that conversation?
Yeah, no, it wasn't even a conversation. It was, we was in the hospital and Wallo broke down and walked out of the hospital.
Did you know something then?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. I knew something.
So you say, well, okay, Wallo, what's up?
I already knew. So when I followed him out, I already knew what it was. Because I already knew who it was coming from. It was coming from Skip. Skip is a police officer in the Philadelphia Police Department. So I already knew what it was coming from.
How did your son get involved? How did Cheese get involved in that life? Because at this point in time, Gillie, you made a name for yourself. You got bread.
Well, you gotta understand. And I can only tell the truth, being a follower. Plain and simple. Being a follower. Wanting to subscribe to some shit that's not really you. And that's most of the kids out here. Most of the kids in the suburbs subscribe to shit that is not even really them. And then they gotta prove themselves. Well, I don't believe you. You grew up in the suburbs. I don't believe you tough. So what you gonna do? You gonna prove yourself? And then a lot of them end up trying to prove themselves, and a lot of them end up in a sad situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, now I can't say that my son was just a totally suburban. He hung out in North Philly. He hung out in the ghettos. He had family down there. So, but what he was trying to be wasn't him.
He chose a life that he didn't have to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You, on the other hand, you grew up in that. That's all you knew. That was around.
Absolutely.
If your mom had you out in the burbs, like you said, when you went to college, it exposed you to something else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, a lot of times the kids in the ghetto, they subscribe to something because of an image. They don't want to be looked at as pussy. The kids, oh, he turkey. Oh, they don't want to be looked at as a certain way. So that'll drive a that's not even into that life to do some shit that he had no business doing because he don't want to be perceived as a certain way.
I'm sorry that you had to hear the comments about the Illuminati because you got money now. And normally when black people get money, you had to do the Illuminati, you had to sell your soul. So you had to sacrifice your son in order to stay in good graces and keep this paper coming in.
Now that we know one of the kids that was responsible for murdering my son, right? So I guess the Illuminati came to a 16-year-old kid that's in high school and said, yeah, we need you to kill Gillie's son for Illuminati purposes. See how idiotic this shit sounds? That as a black man, you can't just work hard.
No.
And put the work in every day. And blessings come from that you gotta come from somewhere else.
Right.
So I don't pay that shit no mind, man.
Have you met the kid? Have you talked to the kid that took your son's life?
Nah, I never met him. Only reason why I know is because the police called me and told me once he was murdered. Once because the kid had just got shot 17 times. He was walking with his mom.
Oh.
And he got murdered. And then the police notified me and let me know that he was one of the kids that was pretty much about to get locked up for the murder, but he got murdered first. So, and then, you know, when you do something in the streets know. So, you know, they all on Instagram and they talk, and then, you know, apparently this kid name was the Joker, and, you know, that's what he did, so, you know. But he had to deal with God, you know, that's how I look at it.
And then Charleston White said something disrespectful and derogatory towards your son, but he later apologized. Did you accept his apology? Did you talk to Charleston?
No, but you know, I can't respect niggas like that because what I knew you for. When I ask you, what do you know him for? Think about it. You don't even know. You know him for disrespecting niggas that's known.
Right.
Think about that. You ain't putting the work in out here. You ain't did nothing. You got on the internet at 40-something years old, a nigga that had nothing going on and disrespected niggas that put work in. I can't respond to no like that. Me and you ain't on the same level. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't respond to a that called POs online.
Wow.
Think about that. I can't respond to nobody that tell you, come do this, you got a gun, come nigga, let's get it, we can get into it. But then you call a PO online, man. It's pretty obvious to me and you ain't the same type of man. So I let do they talking, man. I don't worry about that shit, man. We talk about that I don't even know what I know you for. You ain't did nothing.
Wow.
Feel what I'm saying?
I do.
I don't know what I know you for other than talking shit about that's known.
That's actually doing something.
That's actually doing something. Oh, man. What are we talking about, man?
You mentioned earlier in the interview that you had gotten shot. I think you got shot in the wrist, stomach,
Yeah.
and the foot.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Pulled the gun out on me.
He got the drop on you?
Got the drop on me.
You didn't run out as fast as I thought you could run.
That's why I'm still here now. I told you Wallo would have been dead. We'd have been hit so hard. How do I see you blow? I got there.
You slow.
You slow motherfucker. I got busy.
How do we get gun violence out of our community? Is it possible, Gillie?
Nah, it's never possible.
Can we reduce it?
Yes, we can reduce it.
Okay.
Some laws got to change. Okay. Especially in Philadelphia. See, there's laws all different ways.
Mm-hmm.
See, in Philadelphia, you come home for gun cases. Motherfuckers beat gun cases every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know why in New York don't carry guns like that?
Oh, you going away for a minute.
They lock Plexico Burrs in.
You going away for a minute. They don't play.
Plexico Burrs won them a Super Bowl. They said, we don't give a
Yeah.
He had a gun in the club. Tick-tock.
Yeah. And he shot himself.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Come on, nigga. You had a gun? Come on. So, in New York, don't really carry guns unless they going to go do some shit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Philly, everybody carry guns.
Yeah.
Everybody. Because these beat gun cases every day. Oh, dismiss. So, until you change the laws, it ain't gonna be really no gun. Then think about it in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You just allow anybody could carry.
Oh yeah, it's open carry state. I mean, the South is everything is open.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's the wild west. So, I saw about the 17-year-old basketball player, straight A student. Am I wrong, Gillie? It used to be like the athletes, they got protected.
Right.
Nobody touched them. Hey, he good now. He gonna be they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
That's who killed my son.
The 17?
Yeah. The 17-year-old basketball player that just got shot 17 times?
Yes.
That's who killed my son.
Really?
Yes.
What was that about?
Well, it wasn't for my son.
Your son happened to be there?
Yes.
Oh.
Them blocks is beefing. They going through it. My son just so happened to pull up out there 5 minutes. They come to shoot the block up. My son's not from that block. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
What the?
That's how deep it is.
Bro, he has the potential to get out.
Right.
And he living that life?
No. But see, you don't understand. He got videos out where he got a Joker mask on.
Right.
Bunch of guns in his hand. So these kids is influenced by all the wrong things.
Right.
To shit that don't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
To shit that once upon a time when I was growing up in the ghetto, I was influenced by.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you experience things, when you go places, when a vacation to you is not going through a toll booth. See, you gotta understand, if you from Philly right now, go to Atlantic City and you call them and they say they out of town. Yo, I'm OT, I hit you, nigga, you 45 minutes away, nigga, you went through the toll booth. The are you talking about? That's how poor the city is.
Right.
Motherfucker go to Atlantic City and they tell you, yo, I'm OT, I'll call you when I get back.
Right.
You 39 minutes away in a car, nigga. What are you talking about, you OT? So you gotta understand,
Right.
that's what we grow up in. These kids don't know no better.
Right.
These kids actually think that you can't make it as a rapper unless you killed somebody. Unless you did something out here in these streets. This is the mindset.
Yeah. Why is the rap, why is that glamorized? Why is going to jail, or I pull that iron out, I put that stick on something, why is that glamorized?
I have no idea. I told you when I was young, we glamorized the person that was getting money, the hustler. That's why rap names was like Gotti. Rap games, it was always somebody that was getting some money. Now, it don't be about no money or nothing. They'll kill you about an Instagram post.
Right.
You said you was gonna slide, you ain't slide yet.
Right.
Now I slid. Like, are you serious?
Right.
So, it don't make no sense. And it's no answer for it. It's just flat out plain stupidity.
Have you ever thought about leaving Philly?
Oh, I live in Jersey, so. You know what I mean? I'm somewhat racist. What that doing by my house? No.
Bro,
come on, you ain't never seen that. My house by itself. What is the doing by my house?
You provided $4 million in grants for black-owned businesses and social service organizations.
Yes.
You feel like that is your responsibility?
Yes.
To give back?
Yes. You gotta understand there's people out here that got businesses and they work their way up. Nobody ever gave them nothing in their life. I had an opportunity to bless a bunch of businesses, a bunch of people that's doing it right, because you just didn't have to be a business. You had to be a business that struggled during the COVID. You had to be somebody that paid their taxes. You had to be a real business. And for the minorities that were a real business, it was a pleasure to run up on them and give them 100,000, 50,000, 25,000, 200,000, whatever it was. It was an honor.
I think as a father, I think a lot of times as a parent, we want our kids to, we don't encourage our kids to follow in our footsteps, but hey, if they do so, hey, I had a son, if he'd follow in my footsteps, I didn't encourage that, okay, fine, cool. To have a daughter follow in your footsteps, what's that been like?
Man, you know what it is? It's beautiful because she's getting responses that she's looking for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If they follow in your footsteps, they ain't shit. You know what I mean? Your son playing tight end at Coppin State, he got 2 catches in 4 years. He like, I love little Shannon, but this nigga ain't shit.
And a lot of times, but that's the hard part.
Right.
Is that when your dad is successful, and that's what Bronny is up against.
Right.
Well, he ain't.
That's what Mike up against. Little Jordan snorting yayo.
Yeah. I mean, but who thought that, okay, God's gonna make your son LeBron, gonna make LeBron James, he's gonna make Michael Jordan. And you know what, by the way? I think your son should be just as good as y'all two.
Look, this don't happen.
Come on, bro.
You know what I mean? But I'm like, this nigga Mike's situation. He out here selling more sneaks than niggas playing now with son running around here.
Yes. And Michael Jordan, they played basketball in 20 years.
Sell more sneaks than everybody. And your boy, you like, at least snort the coke in the house, nigga.
Yes.
Damn, you can't even wait till you get to the crib to get busy.
Let me ask you this. But when you hear, I don't know if you've heard this, but if you were to hear somebody say something negative about your daughter, how would that make you feel?
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm in the media, so I know how it go. I understand that, like you just talked about somebody who talked about my son that passed away. Mm-hmm. That shit don't even make me feel no type of way, because I'm like, you didn't know me, you didn't know my son.
Right.
So for media, whatever, it's never gonna be all sunshine. And the basis of a true character in a person is what you do when shit is most difficult. It's not what you do when the sun is shining. Everybody happy when the sun is shining. What did you do when shit was most difficult? Did you crack like a egg thrown off the project roof? Or did you say, okay, it is what it is, this is what it is, now let me attack this shit head on? That's all I'm worrying about. Because the way I'm designed, you got me and you. We don't give a about what people say that have no control over what we doing. I post shit on my Instagram for people to talk shit. I don't give a This is entertainment.
Right.
Are you entertained? That's all I care about.
Right.
If you're not, I ain't doing my job. And I'm not allowed to keep these tens of millions of dollars coming in, because that's all that matter to me, is that my grandkids, they ain't gonna have the same issues that I had. Other than that, baby, everything ain't, don't worry. My daughter truly know. Do I give a about what anybody think about me? I'm 48 years old. I showed up to a goddamn football game in a full uniform. Think about that. Thigh pads, knee pads, hand warmers, the quarterback play sheet, helmet. I didn't even have real shoulder pads. I had goddamn lacrosse shoulder pads on, so my shit all lopsided. To the point when the players see me, they like, this crazy.
Yeah.
I am, nigga. I want that Super Bowl.
But, and this is what I told Time, Coach Ryan. I say, bro, I don't believe the people are hating on your kids. They hating you.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the opportunity. So they might not, this is about you, Gillie. This ain't about her, you.
Right.
Because we want to be protective of our kids.
Right.
I ain't got nothing against her.
Right.
I got everything against you, though.
Absolutely. Just like Shiloh.
Yes.
Right? He go to the Shrine game,
Yeah.
right? You didn't see nothing about any other player come out of the Shrine game.
Nope.
Shiloh struggling.
And coverage. Because what? You ain't never heard nobody say his daddy struggled in coverage.
Right. So at the end of the day, what I do, I DM them, Neff go be great.
Yep.
What they talking about. And then the game come up, and then when the actual game come, y'all have nothing negative to say, except we made plays. So that's what it is, man.
Well, without further ado, I'm honored to have your daughter perform right here on Club Shay Shay.
Oh, man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Let's welcome.
I gotta drink some more of this smooth shit to that. Yeah.
You the one that be singing?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Coming to the stage right now to sing an unreleased
Plastic cup.
Well, let me say this. Ain't
I'm
your
happy,
show.
man. I'm happy. It's my baby.
New York, LA.
Plastic cup, baby. What type of time you on, baby? Checking your temperature, baby. We're both better on. Sober conversations don't make no sense. Take a couple hits and I'm back and forth again with you. Where does this lead? You waiting for devotion. I need that shit too. We both be jumping to conclusions. Are we ready for the truth? My thoughts, they wanna keep quiet. I wish you could just read my mind. It's hard for us to open up. Plastic cup, baby. What type of time you on, baby? Checking your temperature, baby. We're both better on. Sober conversations don't make no sense. Take a couple hits and I'm back and forth again with you. Where does this lead? Call you out and you deflect. I get too up up and lose my common sense. Say la vie on me, I know I can't win. If you gon' waste my time again, I can't see how this gon' end. Seeing outside like a panoramic. You love to say that I'm too dramatic. You say you ready, now let you have it. Say it again, let you have it. Roll up on me like she never happened. Follow me is an expensive habit. You had to go get it back. Usually I don't call, but I'm off the dawn. Are you alone? I've been missing home. I've been feeling so impatient. I need an explanation. Plastic cup, baby. What type of time you on, baby? Checking your temperature, baby. We're both better on. Sober conversations don't make no sense. Take a couple hits and I'm back and forth again with you. Where does this lead?
That's New York, LA singing her unreleased song, Plastic Cups. Let's give it up.
Yes. Yes. Appreciate you, brother. Love you, brother.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice,